welcome to Sylvan Lake, the Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Without further delay, Gulls baseball fan, let's welcome the first ever coach in our history, Jason Chatwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Another gorgeous night here in Sylvan Lake, Alberta, as the Sylvan Lake Gulls look to continue the chase for first place in the Western Division after taking second place last night against the Lethbridge Bulls, but they'll have their hands full as we have 3 more games left in the regular season, and tonight the Gulls will face one last time the Energy City Cactus Rats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gulls Baseball on FloCollege, brought to you by visitsylvanlake.ca. He's Jim Cleggett. I'm Cale Clark. Always happy to have you watching from the comfort of your own home or wherever you're tuning in from. We appreciate it so much. The Sylvan Lake Gulls, big win last night against the Lethbridge Bulls. A completely different story from what we saw the night before. 7-0 they knocked off the Bulls, but their hands, as I mentioned, are going to be full tonight. Energy City back in town, who always give them a run for their money. And Jim, what can we expect for tonight, especially with only 3 left in the regular season?
Well, as you mentioned, Energy City, they're like a thorn in the side of anybody, and what you do with the thorn is you get rid of it, right? So tonight is the chance for the Bulls, or the Gulls, I should say, to get rid of the Energy City Cactus Rats. And I did your thing. I said Bulls instead of Cactus Rats.
I got it in your head.
You infected me.
I know I did.
So,
you're not supposed to follow me.
Well,
like that.
because I was going to talk about the Bulls last night. I mean, it was the pitching of the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Josh Tucker, 4 short of 300 in his career in the WCBL, with 8 strikeouts last night. And then Leroy Tavares came in, pitched 3 innings, and struck out 5. So the pitching is starting to come together, and you can feel the atmosphere, the playoff atmosphere coming as these guys are starting to ramp up their game. They hitting, Clary Simpson, again, another great night, and it just went through the lineup, and I think that's what we're going to see from these guys. They're focused now. They can see the end of the road here, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a train.
Yeah, and honestly, at the end of the day, it's a must-win situation for the Gulls. If they want to even have a chance at getting first place in the Western Division, they have to win every single game outright from here on out and hope Okotoks loses on their end as well.
Well, and even further to that point, second place could disappear if they fail to win these last 3 games, and Lethbridge happens to pick up a game, because Lethbridge has a couple of games in hand.
For
so
sure.
This is not a done deal yet, but it likely will be Lethbridge and Sylvan Lake in the first round. But you kind of like those 2 extra home games, or the extra home game.
Gulls 3.5 back from the Okotoks dog. The Bulls, obviously, with that loss last night, a full game back from the Gulls. 4.5 now back from Okotoks. But the big change is the Brooks Bombers sneaking into that last playoff spot. It's an absolute battle in the 4, 5, 6 positions. As you can see, Energy City have something to fight for tonight, and much need win here for them if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. But it's not going to be easy, because this guy on the mound, Nick Veselinovic, is somebody that the Gulls turn to in big situations, and he is a pitcher. He can throw anything, and he can throw hard as well, as we seen that before. And he's a veteran presence on the mound for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and just getting some work in before postseason baseball. Good to see him back in the lineup starting this one. This is who he's going to face. A lot of familiar faces who we've seen over the past couple of weeks. Seiji Umezawa, Ten Shindo, Timo Erisina, the 1-2-3 batters. You got Drew Abercrombie, Marcus Frangel, Zach Barneo, Elias Campbell, Nick Hagan, and then catching, rounding out the batting order, is Reese Rudderman. So Nick Hagan getting some action, as he's normally a catcher, but he's going to play left field, and we've seen that from him once or twice already this season, where he's not playing that catcher position. He's playing defensively in a different position. He's kind of a utility guy that can play wherever you need him. And Nick Veselinovic, he's going to have his hands full here tonight. It's not going to be easy, as the Energy City Cactus Rats, as I mentioned, playing for something right now, and that is to keep their postseason baseball hopes alive. They have not made the postseason in a few years now, and they would love to get back into it if they can, but it's not going to be easy.
Well, it never is.
No.
Right? You know, when you look around this league, it doesn't matter. We saw those standings and we saw how far back some teams were, but they're still fighting. And Brooks, Fort McMurray, and Energy City all have something going on here. So you're right. There's something on the line for everybody, and I like that. All right. Well, we're going to be underway here. I'm not sure what the delay was there, but we're ready to go. And leading things off, Seiji Umezawa will face Nick Veselinovic. And first pitch is in for a strike by Big Vess. That misses outside for a ball. Just underway here at Gulls Field at Pagattle Park. Jim Claggett, Cale Clark here on FloCollege. And the rest of the crew, Galvin, Mitch, Matt, everybody. It's a party here on a Saturday night. It is Saturday, right?
It is Saturday.
Okay, I
Yeah,
always got a
right.
neck.
Yeah, you got it right.
I woke up this morning and I was driving to the golf course and I went, is it Friday? No, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it so busy out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Long weekend. What is happening?
Come on, people. Don't you work?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was one of those days. 2-2 the count on Umezawa, the leadoff hitter for the Cactus Rats. And that's fouled up against the screen. Count remains 2-2.
Great crowd here tonight. It's a beautiful Saturday night. It was a weird day, wasn't it? It was supposed to be thunder showers kind of throughout the afternoon. I got hit with rain when I was on the golf course this afternoon.
Well,
and thunder.
North of us in the city of Edmonton, Cam McLeod thought he had the strikeout and was ready to fire it down to third base, but full count now on Umezawa.
Yeah, and that's a noticeable defense, lineup change that the Sylvan Lake Gulls have yet to see in a long time. Cam McLeod making his appearance back in the Gulls uniform after missing quite some time due to some injury, an upper body injury that is. So great to see him back in the lineup. And there's a walk to lead things off on Umezawa, who just patiently outweight the pitches. But let's take a look at that defense for the Sylvan Lake Gulls as we look out field. You take a look at the left field. Brock Tiarina will step in the left. Simon Baker at center, and in right field, Michael Quick. As we bring infield, Anthony Gilbert over at third in his normal spot. So is Ty Yukamoto over at short. Jaden Flores at second, and at first, Cleary Simpson. This is grounded right to the second baseman, and Jaden Flores couldn't quite get there in time, so that'll land as a base hit. That hits the gap between second and first, and just like that, the Cactus Rats, the two Japanese natives, get things going for the Cactus Rats early on.
They are pesty. They are they just get in your highlight, your signs, your everything. They just won't go away, these Cactus Rats. And they seem to save their best for the Sylvan Lake Gulls for some reason.
They sure do, yeah. And like I mentioned, they're going to play hard. They're going to play hard right to the bitter end of the season because they're fighting for something right now.
They are.
They haven't been in postseason baseball in quite a few years now, so they're wanting to get back into the spotlight, get back in the mix.
And they are minus somebody on the bench tonight, and we'll get to that a little bit later. Okay, or maybe not.
Maybe not. No.
Well,
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll
Okay.
bring him back in the next inning. Actually, I think Calvin's going to bring him back in the start of the next inning, so we'll talk about him then. But I did want to bring that to your attention because I noticed that right before this game got underway, as that is a swing and a miss.
Good pitch there by Veselinovic. I know what's wrong here. I can't see anything because I don't have my sunglasses on. So I'll just go get those right now. 2-2 the count on Timo Aracena, who's playing first base tonight. He's usually over at third with that strong arm of his, but he'll be playing first base tonight. He's got the count 2-2 with runners on first and second right here in the first inning, nobody out. As Nick's got himself in a little bit of a jam. And that misses outside for full count now.
Clayton Wanderler, the home plate umpire, Marcel Rossetto, and Matt Payne. Marcel Rossetto, the first base, and Matt Payne over at third, the crew chief tonight. Those are your three umpires for the evening as Big Vest pitches this one into right field. It will land and it'll drop, so they're going to turn somebody home here. Clary Simpson with the cutoff, and the Cactus Rats get things going early in this ball game. They lead 1-0 with 0 away and 2 base runners.
Yeah, they came to play, and they always do, but just soft contact, and that's going to get a visit. 3 batters in from pitching coach Matt Hape. And maybe he sees something that Veselinovic is doing, and he doesn't want him to do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. This is an odd start for Nick Veselinovic. He's a guy that does not miss much. He's always pretty solid on the mound, doesn't get himself into trouble, especially this early on. And but the thing is with the Cactus Rats, they know how to put the bat on the ball. They just know how to make good contact, and they always seem to find the holes and the gaps. Like their team with the batting has been just absolutely incredible this year. They've had a team total of 430 hits.
That's pretty good, I guess, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. 255 batting average as a team total. 238 RBIs. This is right back to the mound. And the throw over to first. Gentle throw over to first. Very gentle, yeah.
But that's the first out. So Veselinovic gets the out, and the soft contact continues. And he's gone for a little walk. And I'm thinking something's wrong with Big Vest, because they already have Kai Rempel and a few other guys warming up in the bullpen here. 5 batters in.
Well, that's not good.
I mean, I don't. I'm just making an assumption, but I'm not sure. Because he took a little walk around the mound after that play at back to him and over to first. And they got guys warming up right away. I haven't seen that before. And this has popped up. Cam McLeod, just off the injured list, makes the play behind home plate on the pop-up. And that's the second out as he helps out his pitcher. And his pitcher helps himself out by generating that one.
Yeah, great play there by Junior Garcia off the IR. Cam McLeod, my apologies. Wrong 5 at the end of that number. Cam McLeod off the IR. Junior
15,
Garcia is still
35.
very well healthy.
Yes. And his parents are here.
Yeah, that's what
from
you're
Boise,
saying.
Idaho. He says, "You guys coming down to the field after the game?" I said, "Yeah." It's good because my parents are here.
Oh, nice.
I want you to meet them.
All right.
Yeah, I said, "Well, that's very nice."
I can make a visit for sure.
0-1 the count here on Zach Barneo, the designated hitter tonight. Runners on second and third right now. And that's a pretty good pitch that was inside a little bit, I guess. Enough to be called a ball to even the count at 1-1. You can feel the playoff atmosphere in the air, folks, as the teams are battling now in the final stretch. And a good pitch there by Nick to get ahead 1-2 now. Elias Campbell is the hitter on deck. And Veselinovic steps off the mound and steps back in now. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
it just
he
it
just had to reset there.
Yeah. And I mean, a nice strikeout, but he just kind of looks like he's not happy with himself. But he strikes out Barneo to bring the inning to a close. 1 run on a couple of hits, and the Cactus Rats have a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom half of the first inning.
Hey fans, for the last time this season, let's meet the busy.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected. Because it truly is. And it's all we think about. So you don't have to.
FloCollege on the mound for the Cactus Rats as Energy City leads this game 1-0 early on. They had 2 hits back in that first inning, and a little bit of some suspicious activity on the mound from Nick Veselinovic that we're not really sure of if he's going to come back for another inning or not, but something just seemed a little off with him, so we'll keep our eye on that. But here's who Hogan is going to have to face. Tai Yukimoto, Cleary Simpson, Jaden Flores, the 1-2-3 batters. Then you got Anthony Gilbert, Brock Tiarina, Brooks Bachman, Michael Quick, and then, yes, returning from the IR, Cam McLeod catching tonight in the number 8 spot, and then Simon Baker playing out in center field. So lots of good things to see. The Sylvan Lake Gulls look like they're keeping pretty much everything the same, just a couple substitutions in there.
Is it a full moon tonight? Probably not, huh?
I don't know.
I know you're
Why,
talking
you
about
funny?
the. What's that?
You feeling funny?
Well, I
know I am.
just think the start of this game is bizarre because, okay, and just briefly touch on this, is that the head coach for the Cactus Rats apparently got himself into a little bit of trouble and with the league and was supposed to be suspended. At least that's what we thought. That was the information we had as Yukimoto flies out to center field. But then, as I'm saying that, you tap me on the shoulder and point to him, and he's standing in the coach's box down on third baseline. I'm going, okay,
Yeah.
I'm confused. And there's the catch made out in center field by Elias Campbell for the first out. So that's one of the weird parts. And then Big Vess looking kind of out of sorts in some ways with that first inning.
And what I was saying before the game even started, I couldn't even call the team the right name. I was thinking we're playing the Lethbridge Bulls for the longest time. So, yeah, I feel it could be a full moon tonight. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
No, I think it was like a quarter moon, like just the other night.
Okay,
yeah, and our guy in the truck says it's game 40 in 30 days. You know what it is for me? This is game 15, number 15 in 16 straight nights.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a trooper.
Yeah. Come back from holidays, and that's what I got into. Yeah.
See what happens when you leave?
Yeah, I know, I guess so.
You shouldn't leave.
That's what I get. That's what I get right there.
Yep. Cleary Simpson, who had a good game last night, couple of RBIs, couple of base hits. He got the ball rolling in the second inning where he knocked in 2 runs. He's in there tonight, this time playing first base. And he's got the count worked to 3-1 right now against Hogan Holditch. And this guy, yeah, he pitched the last time the Cactus Rats were in here. I remember him coming in and doing a good job with his off speed. But he walks Cleary Simpson there to put a base runner on for Jaden Flores. As Simpson makes his way down to first base. Kai Rempel over at first coaching. He loves it too. He really gets invested in that first base coaching business. Keeping an eye on things, watching the pitchers closely for their moves, telling the base runner, okay, when he does this, he's probably coming over this way. When he does this, he's going to the plate. You know, that kind of.
Yeah.
And he picks up on that stuff.
He sure does. I mean, we were talking to him the other night, weren't we, about just the way they were doing their base running, the close things, and he was getting right into the pitchers and what they were doing that night.
So Jaden Flores steps in. He's been a little quiet with the bat. Definitely not with the glove in the arm. But I'm sure he'll wake up. And a throw over to first there by Holditch. The sun is just beaten down right now.
Yeah,
and the Thunderheads are forming in the west. In Edmonton today,
yeah, you were saying something.
Hailstorm in the morning. People were taking cover under the overpasses in their vehicles, causing a different problem because they were backing everything up on the highway.
Right.
The main highway that runs through central Alberta, or the center of the province, has about 35 to 40,000 vehicles per day traveling up and down that highway. And then tonight, or later this afternoon, about 4 o'clock, 4:30, huge lightning storm ripped through in the football game, the CFL football game between Edmonton and Hamilton was suspended. They had to clear the stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was delayed. I shouldn't say suspended. It was delayed because they did finish the game.
Yeah, okay. But they had to clear the stadium.
They cleared the stadium because of lightning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've seen that before too. Lightning, you don't mess with lightning.
No,
lightning always wins.
Yep.
No matter what. When I play golf, I don't know about you, but when I play golf, I'll play in just about everything.
Right.
I will not play in lightning.
Yeah. Today was the closest I think I've wanted to get to as far as playing in lightning. I mean, it was thunder out, and lightning was. You didn't really see a lot of lightning. You heard a lot of thunder when I was golfing this afternoon, and then there was 2 big flashes nearby, and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna just pause for now. We're gonna hold there. So.
See, I would bail.
Yeah, we hung on.
Oh, okay.
And then it
well, you're
passed
younger
over.
than me.
It passed over, and then we couldn't finish the round. But yeah, it's you're right. It's kind of a weird day. It's a day that they were calling for thunder showers all day here in central Alberta, and Lacombe and North got it. Here didn't get it at all.
No,
according to Graham Schetzel.
We got some rain.
Yeah.
We had a brief shower for about 15 minutes, and it came down reasonably well. I didn't have to water my plants.
Perfect.
I thought, oh, thank you, Mother Nature.
Yeah, thank you for taking a chore off my list.
And there goes Cleary Simpson down to second, and Reese Rudderman was all ready to gun it down there, and he dropped the ball. So a stolen base there for Cleary Simpson puts himself in scoring position with Anthony Gilbert at the plate. And 2 down, the Gulls trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
You know what it is tonight? Fan appreciation night here at Gulls Field as
it
this
is
lifted into shallow center field, but getting there will be Elias Campbell, who doesn't miss those very often. And the Sylvan Lake Gulls held to no runs on no hits. They'll come to pitch at the top half of the second inning. Energy City up 1-0.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus 2 weekly shows including the WCBL Report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday, and also the WCBL Game of the Week pregame show leading right up to game time every Thursday night. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
So it's 1-0 Energy City Cactus Rats after 1 inning of play. This will be the top half of 2, Energy City coming to bat. And yes, Jim, you mentioned before the game, we received an email that, after that last game against Energy City, Coach Jordan Blundell obviously not happy with the way the game was being called. He got ejected from the game and never returned. Later on that evening, maybe the next day, I guess some social content was posted that was not supposed to be posted, and we thought Blundell might have been suspended for a few games, but yet again, here we are seeing him on the field.
Yep, he's there.
So as you take a look, here he comes running behind the plate, and there he is there. So not sure what happened, and maybe we maybe don't have all the information in front of us, and we can't speculate, but he seems to be back and able to take part in this ball game. So for Energy City, that's good news.
Yeah,
and he's a good guy. Like, don't get me wrong, he definitely doesn't mean to be a monster and mean guy out there, but I guess what he decided to do was a little overboard, and the league didn't appreciate it.
And we're all back being friends. Everybody's singing Kumbaya, and we'll all have a hug, and we're good.
Yep.
So Elias Campbell leads things off for the Cactus Rats, and that's grounded down to Anthony Gilbert, and he fires across to Cleary Simpson, and they erase the speedy Elias Campbell with that play.
Great throw there by third baseman Anthony Gilbert with a strong arm, and he always does. Doesn't miss that very often.
I always tell people, and you probably guys get sick of me saying this, but if you're here or if you're at a game and you're able to go out into the diamond, go stand at third base and see how far that throw is. And then when you see how these guys manage to fire a bullet like they do, and most of the third basemen have some of the strongest arms. The third baseman and the right fielder, I think, are usually the guys that have the strongest arms because they have to make the furthest throws. But it's impressive. And Veselinovic seems to be okay right now. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was just a technical issue or something. I'm not sure.
Yep.
But maybe it was something with the mound even. I don't know. 0-2 the count. And he bounces that one short of the plate. And the count 1-2 now.
Well, and sometimes too, it just takes an inning to get through, to figure out and work out the kinks, figure out what's going on, what's wrong, what's not fitting right tonight. And I think, maybe that little bit of a break in the bottom half of the first inning is all he needed, just to calm down, figure things out, maybe have a chat with Cam McLeod and be like, hey, where do we have to get on the same page here? And this is grounded right to Yukimoto as he will field it, throw it, and lay a dart right in the glove of Cleary Simpson.
He is about as smooth as peanut butter.
We've seen a lot of smooth shortstops, haven't we?
Yep, we've been spoiled. Jonah Weisner, Gavin Roy, and now this young man.
Yep.
And actually, Rowan O'Connor, who was there before, Kai Yukimoto, he covered a lot of ground for a guy that's 6'2", 6'3".
Yep.
He had the big wingspan. He's still around. Plays some second base every so often. Uses his bat. And we love watching him run the bases.
We sure do.
Yeah. It's interesting watching him. His stride is so, it's majestic, is what it is. Reese Rutterman steps in, fouls that first one off, and he fouls that one back. So Veselinovic is up 0-2 now on Reese Rudderman. 2 down, top of the second. 1-0 Cactus Rats. Their final appearance, barring anything happening in the playoffs of the regular season. And I think the general sentiment is we're kind of done with watching this team come to Sylvan Lake. But Anthony Gilbert finishes them off in the top of the second inning with the play over to first for a 3-up, 3-down inning. So it looks like Big Vess is back. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Gulls coming to bat.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field, the friend next door with your family in the next town, the dealership with the ice cream shop. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Hogan Holditch going to get ready for his second inning of work. Energy City with a 1-0 lead over the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Hoping to hold it there as Holditch warms up on the mound. And as we know with Holditch, he throws a lot of off-speed stuff. And that one hitting 68 on the gun with that just warm-up pitch that he threw down the line. Gulls still looking for their first hit and first run of this ball game. Great 3-up, 3-down inning for the Gulls, though, on that last drive that they sat down the first and all 3 Cactus Rat batters.
Brock Tiarina will step in to face Holditch. Number 11 has a new trophy, I guess, if you want to call it that, but a new addition to maybe his sports memorabilia collection. Did you see this?
No.
No, there was a hockey team here in Sylvan Lake called the Wranglers.
Oh, I did see it now. Yeah, now that you remind me, yep.
And they have a young man from Texas, as is Andrews, Texas native Brock Tiarina. And I think they both go to Lubbock Christian University, the player for the Wranglers, and he signed his jersey, which is number 11, and they presented it to Nick.
Nice.
That was nice. Or to Brock, I mean.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm just substituting names at random here.
There you go.
Yeah, so be careful there, George.
Yeah, Junior B hockey.
Yep. The Sylvan Lake Wranglers. That was Pat Garrity's doing.
Yep.
He's a smart man. Plays a lot of golf, though.
Oh, I could believe it. A lot of hockey players and coaches and everything. In the off season, that's kind of all they do is play golf.
Yeah.
For the most part.
That's good.
Yeah.
And he's a good player. I played with him one year in our tournament, I believe, or a tournament. And Holditch missing outside, evens the count at 2-2 on Tiarina. Leads things off. He upped the intensity between the Gulls and Lethbridge last night with him and Carter Clairhout having a little discussion down at first base over something. I didn't ask Brock what it was about, and Carter, when we ran into Mr. Clairhout on the way up down the stairs, and he was coming on his way up.
Yeah.
And said something. Oh, yeah, I got to do something about the first baseman though. He's the first baseman.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, great! You just gave me fuel for the playoffs." Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But no, good kid. Fun that you can joke around with him a little bit. And
yeah.
He's good about everything, so it's awesome.
He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we were talking about one of his teammates, and we was like, good game, and he's like, yeah, thanks, And then I said, yeah, everything was good other than your first baseman tonight, and that says Carter Clarehout's walking up the stairs, and he turns back, and he's like, oh no, that's okay. He's like, just giving me fuel for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'll use that against you. And I was like, okay. I might have just started something.
You may have. 2-2 on the Gulls left fielder tonight. And he fists this right down to third base. And Drew Abercrombie, who's usually over at second, is over at third tonight. Timo Aracena, who's usually at third, is over at first. So they've made some defensive changes, but it doesn't seem to have hurt them because all these guys are able to field and throw.
Absolutely. And they've got a new PA announcer tonight.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know who that is. Okay, so what it is it's fan appreciation night. Thanks to our guy in the truck giving us a heads up. They're just getting random fans to do the announcements because it's fan appreciation night, so why not? And only for Gulls batters, obviously. So that's
cool.
Yeah, different spin on things.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it.
Get the fans involved. We appreciate them, obviously. And Bachman sends this down to Aracena over at first. He takes it himself, steps on the bag, and that's 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. As that's one of the things that Holditch does with his off-speed stuff is he gets these guys, and I don't know the physics of it all, but they kind of get them on their front foot, and they get soft contact, and it's not a difficult play for most of these guys. So Michael Quick steps in. He's the right fielder tonight.
Well, and Hogan Holditch has only had one game as a pitcher this year. One start.
He was here.
And it was here.
Yep.
Over 3 innings pitched. He had 1 strikeout. He gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, which all 5 were earned.
Well, there's the first hit as Michael Quick sends this out into left field. Takes a big turn around first base and keeps an eye on the ball. But he gets himself over to first base. For the guy who's just coming off the injured list, this is his first game as you watch that hit on the Hearthstone Property Management replay. Well stroked out into left center by Michael Quick. And that'll bring Cam McLeod up. I asked him, how do you keep sharp when you're sitting on the sidelines like that? And he said, bullpen stuff. He says, I'm working through your own routines, just like you were prepping for a game. He says, just keeping an eye on things and batting cage. And it doesn't ever replace game action.
No.
But you get as close as you can, and you see if you can do what you used to do before the injury.
And what he used to do was pretty good, 240 on the year. Before he injured himself, he had 6 RBIs, 4 doubles, 12 hits, 1 homer.
There you go. And just like Junior Garcia and Tripp Ray, he's very good defensively. And so is Drew Abercrombie as he makes another play to end the inning as he gets the ground ball and fires it over to first. And we are through 2 complete. Cactus Rats with a 1-0 lead as they come to bat in the top of 3.
Stick around. We're going to hand it over to our PA announcer.
I need to introduce everybody here to Tracy Schneider. Tracy, I got to get you to stand up. So listen, yeah. So this is our first fan award of the year. Tracy is an original season ticket holder, maybe from day one, like literally day one. Tracy does not miss games, travels with us on the road, and for that she is our MVP fan for 2025. Come on in here. Hey, Tracy.
Nick Veselinovic on the mound for inning number 3 for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, the big left-hander, giving up 1 run on 2 hits so far. He's got the 1 strikeout to his credit. He'll face the leadoff hitter, Seiji Umezawa, who got things going with a walk and then came around and scored the only run of the game. And then he flies this out to right field, and Michael Quick is there. Makes the catch, and that's 1 down.
Routine play for Michael Quick, and that'll bring up 10 Shindo, who had base hit back in that first inning. Nick Veselinovic has already got 31 pitches so far on the night. He's given up 2 hits and the 1 run.
10 Shindo had a base hit in the first inning. And a called strike there to start this at bat. And that's popped up, and maybe a play. Cam McLeod comes over for a look, but it gets out of play into the very nice crowd here on a Saturday night in Sylvan Lake, folks.
Very
Look at
good
that.
crowd, yeah.
Look at that shot.
That's unreal. Absolutely.
Good job, guys.
Full day at the
Woo.
ballpark. Yeah.
I like that scene.
Hot day, too. That is for sure.
That's one of the best pictures, from a baseball perspective that you can see is people in their short sleeves and their shorts and having a beverage, some water. I've got some of their, we can get the shot of this when we can. I've got the what they're handing out.
Look at this.
You can hold it up to
want
the
me to hold
camera
that?
there.
Look at that.
Yeah. Maybe move it to your right.
Oh,
Or the other right. Get it in the light. It says Sylvan Lake Gulls 2025 Premium Water Fan Appreciation right there, folks.
There you go.
From
Pretty
Synovus.
Nice bottle. I would reuse that if I were you.
Well,
I would wash that out and keep using it.
You can have it if you want.
Oh, no, I don't want it. I'm just saying, if I was you, I would use it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Recycle, reuse.
it's full of water, and that was good. So what did we miss here while we were showing water? Strikeout by Big Vest.
Strikeout looking by Shindo, yeah.
There we go. This is going to be a weird night. I can tell already. My focus is kind of fuzzy right now. I'm not sure why.
You're telling me. I was trying to call Energy City at the Bulls all pregame before we even got on the mic.
No bull.
Probably a good thing I got it out of the way first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I carried it on, though.
You did carry it on. I rubbed off on you a little bit there, and I apologize. You're not supposed to copy me. Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, well, I'm monkeying around. Timo Aracena steps in, and that's a pop-up. Cam McLeod fires the mask off to his right, and there you go. As he and Big Vest are on the same page for sure now, as a pop-up ends the inning, and the Gulls will come to bat in the bottom of the third, trailing 1-0.
got here? We have row F. Row F. If the Gulls score in this half inning, you've got some prizes from our friends at Lot 43. Good luck.
Bottom of the third inning, Simon Baker will lead things off against Hogan Holditch. And as you mentioned, Cale, he gave up 5 runs in his only start against the Sylvan League Gulls team. And I think, if I remember correctly, that it didn't take long for these guys to figure out what it was that he was throwing that was kind of puzzling them. And Simon Baker has figured it out as he's just first pitch swinging and drills this into right field for a base hit.
Well, that's the thing. You just kind of have to wait and kind of get used to, okay, what's he throwing? Okay, it's off speed by quite a bit. You just got to time out the swing a little bit more and kind of gauge on, okay, how much movement does this ball have coming down the line at me? And it's, and I think that's, like you said, the Sylvan Lake Gulls are starting to figure that out pretty quickly.
So Tai Yukamoto steps in. He flew out to center field to lead things off for the Gulls in this game in the top of the first. He made a couple of outstanding plays last night with the catch out in shallow left field where he had to cover a lot of ground and then doubling up the base runner for Lethbridge. And then later in that game, or earlier in the game, I can't remember which one came first, where he had a ball hit up the middle, grabbed it, stepped on the bag, and then fired it over to complete a double play. Basically not by himself. He had to throw it to somebody over at first. So, and he's up 2-0 now on Hogan Holditch, which always reminds me of a kind of a movie star name. Now starring Hogan Holditch.
Hogan's last start and only start was back on July 29th, which was on that Tuesday night makeup game when he pitched. And yes, as you mentioned, just over 3 innings of work that he had, and didn't take long for the Gulls to figure him out.
Well, he's got them right now with a 1-0 lead. But Simon Baker over at first, and he's behind 3-1 here to the leadoff hitter, Tai Yukamoto. Who may be asked to bunt. That's what Drew Abercrombie at third figures, because he's playing in on the grass. And instead, Holditch hits the leadoff hitter and sends him over to first and moves Simon Baker over to second.
Cleary Simpson.
And that voice, Cleary Simpson, as he comes into bat, Cleary has probably heard that voice many, many, many times, folks, as that was his mom announcing him to come to the plate. And it's probably not the same tone that she might use when he's in trouble.
Yeah, I was just going to say. I'm sure that was the nice tone that he's heard from his mom.
That was the nice tone, yeah. So a little meeting here at the mound as the Cactus Rats have a little discussion. So when we talk about fan appreciation, the thing that I like about that is how much thought is put into absolutely recognizing how important the fan base is, no matter what franchise you are. Football, baseball, hockey, basketball, volleyball, doesn't matter. If you don't have any fans, you're playing in front of your teammates, and that's pretty much it. And you look at that shot right there, and that just tells you on a Saturday night in August the 3rd, or August the 2nd, sorry. Or is it the 3rd? What day is it? Saturday.
It's the 2nd.
Oh, my goodness. It's baseball day.
Yeah, that's all you got to know.
So, anyway, you look at all those fans there and behind home plate and everything else, and the Gulls paraphernalia and whatnot. We say it every year, and these guys, these fans, young and old, have embraced this team from day one. And I like seeing that.
Well
and
said.
It's good to appreciate them.
Yep. And without the fan base, this team isn't the same without them. So
that's right. As the great Canadian band Chilliwack sang in their song Reno, if there ain't no audience, there just ain't no show.
Takes a community to come together and rally around organization like this, especially a local organization. You know, it's the same thing with hockey too. If you don't have the community to support behind it, the success doesn't go anywhere. There's no success to anything. So.
Oh, and back-to-back beans for Hogan Holditch. He's loaded the bases now. And bringing up the very dangerous bat of Jaden Flores. There's a young fan giving us the introduction. I like this. That's a good idea, giving the fans
Yeah,
to
I like it too.
Intro the Gulls players.
That kid might have done even better than what we got going. Just kidding. But that was a heck of an announcement.
Shot fired.
That was a good announcement.
Okay.
I gotta give it to the kid. That was a good
Yeah,
announcement.
there you go.
He held the last name out, drew it out for a while. That's a good.
He did a good job. He did a good job. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere near that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, you stay quiet over there.
I am. This is your hole you're digging.
I know.
So
I'm just joking around. But
I know you
we
are.
got the bullpen warming up right now for Energy City. So that's number 38. That's getting loose, and that would be Tavin Anderson, who we've seen before. This is hit pretty good.
this could drive in a run here. We're going to have a tie game here, folks.
We sure will.
Simon Baker scores easily from third on that sacrifice fly by Jaden Flores. So we're all knotted up at 1 now here in the bottom of the third inning. The Gulls scoring on that sac fly. And that'll bring up Anthony Gilbert. He had a little smile on his face when he heard his name from this young fan.
Yeah, he's still smiling pretty good right there. That's awesome. Yeah, it just keeps it light, right? Keeps this game a little bit fun.
Well, it should be fun.
Probably relaxes the players a little bit more. I mean, you know, but the thing is they know how serious and important a game like this is. And, you know, when you get the crowd involved like they are tonight and you know, change it up a little bit, it kind of probably just brings the tension down a little bit. You know what I mean? It just kind of relaxes these guys in a way where it's like, okay, you know what? This is, at the end of the day, this is baseball. We're here to have fun and put on a show for these fans.
So a throw over to second, and now a throw down to first, and that's going to get away from Timo Aracena, and Cleary Simpson and Kai Yukamoto will now move up. Yukamoto to third, Simpson to second.
The thing with this throw, look at the Hearthstone Property Management replay here, is take a look at this throw. Cleary Simpson almost gets that right off the helmet.
Yeah.
He dives back to first, and that just misses the head zone.
And nobody goes anywhere if he gets hit in the head.
Exactly.
So the ball stays right there.
So luckily that just missed.
Yeah.
It could have hurt.
Yeah. Tell me about it. And that's fouled out of play. I was watching some of the baseball this afternoon. The Blue Jays and their catcher, Henneman, took one off the mask, like right square in the middle of the mask, right just above the nose kind of thing. And he gave the look of like, oh, that really, really hurt. Mm-hmm. And they talked about his mask and how it has two springs up on the top, on the left and the right-hand side, to kind of absorb
it, yeah.
a bit of the shock. But it's still... he hammers it. So I went in and I talked to Junior Garcia and Tripp Ray, and Tripp has the same mask with the springs. And I said, does it work for you? He says, I don't feel a thing when it hits the mask.
Oh,
he says it does the job for him. So that's you know, technology can only do so much. You get hit in the face with a baseball, whether if you got a mask on, it still is going to make an impression, so to speak.
Especially at that level of baseball too, in the majors. You know, you're gonna be
guys throwing 95,
guys
99.
are throwing in the hundreds even. You know.
Yeah. And Anthony Gilbert slams this over to short. Ken Shindo has one play only, and that's over to first base. But that drives in another run as the Gulls have taken a 2-1 lead here in the third inning as they are getting the measure of Hogan Holditch.
Yeah, and it's good to see that the Gulls finally taken their first lead of this ball game.
That'll bring up Brock Tiarina, who grounded out to third. in the second inning. And another visit to the mound, and I think this is going to be it for Hogan Holditch.
Yep.
As he's given up 2 runs and 2 hits, and he's also hit 2 batters. So the coach has seen enough. Give me the ball. Go have a shower or sit on the bench, have a hot dog. Maybe some of this premium fan appreciation water in the bottle that Kale wants but doesn't want.
Not after you drank out of it, no.
Well, you can wash it out. Go ahead.
You got cooties. Anyways, we'll see.
You're just making all sorts of friends tonight,
yeah,
aren't
we
you?
are. Yeah, we'll see some new
Not-
pitch. There's the new pitcher on the mound for Energy City, Tavin Anderson, getting set to come in relief for Hogan Holditch, who pitched 3 innings. Or, yeah, 2.5 anyway. 2 2/3, I should say. And 2 away, Brock Tiarina still at the plate.
And the first pitch from Anderson is in for a called strike. Cleary Simpson over at third base. 2 runs in for the Gulls right now on sacrifice fly and a sacrifice hit. Try not to leave anybody on base tonight. And a called strike there on Tiarina. 1-2 the count now. 2 down. And he fouls that back to keep the bat alive. And our ball boy scoots out there. Great speed.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Speedy legs.
One and 2 the count on Tiarina. Base runner over to third. And this is grounded down to second. And Umezawa makes the play to bring the inning to the close, but the Gulls score twice to take the lead. 2-1 Sylvan Lake with Energy City coming to bat.
Nick Veselinovic back in another inning for work as he is facing inning number 4 on the night for Big Vess, and this will be Drew Abercrombie, who grounded out right back to Big Vess before getting thrown out at first. It's 2-1. The Sylvan Lake Gulls lead it now. You're watching FloCollege, brought to you by VisitSylvanLake.ca. Jim Claggett, Cale Clark here with you on this gorgeous Saturday night of baseball. WCBL action wrapping up the 2025 regular season. Only 3 games left.
3 games left. Then the
Gulls,
playoffs.
Yeah, and then the playoffs. Gulls with 34 wins on the year. Looking for a few more, or a couple more anyway.
Oh, and Big Vest just about made a big play as Tai Yukamoto has to cover up and just about makes the play himself as well. But that just about got into the glove of Nick.
Yeah, that was a great try.
That would have been something.
That would have been.
That would have rivaled Matt McKenzie with his little kick and throw, and yeah, that was an impressive play too. Well, a base hit there for Drew Abercrombie to start things off here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Marcus Franjul. And he paints the outside corner. And the count 1-1 on Franjul, who popped up to the catcher, Cam McLeod, in the 1st inning.
Franjul hitting .306 on the year, 9 RBIs. He's got 1 triple, 3 doubles, and 15 hits total.
I think that triple was here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, probably.
Can't prove me
See
wrong.
it.
So I'll just say it.
Well, I mean, I could probably look it up if I really wanted to.
Well, you can. I don't mind being proven wrong. 1-2 the count on Franjul.
His triple was in against Okotoks.
Okay. See, I was wrong. I told you. And that gets away from Cam McLeod. He does about 2 360s and some heads-up base running by Drew Abercrombie as he gets to 3rd on that pass ball. As Cam McLeod just couldn't find it. As it got through his legs, and he does look, and well, and then Abercrombie sees that he can't find it yet, and he fires himself over to 3rd base.
Yep, heads up base running there.
And here's the play from McLeod's look, and he's like, okay, I've got it, and now I don't got it. And now we've got a situation where Franjul draws a walk, and so starting the 4th inning here, the Cactus Rats have runners on 1st and 3rd with nobody out, and that'll prompt a visit from pitching coach Matt Hape.
And that looks like that'll be the night for Nick Veselinovic as Mason Little makes his way into this ball game from the bullpen. So we'll see that be the end of the night for Big Vess, and he gets a couple high fives from everybody. Obviously not the night he looked for this game, but some nights just aren't your nights, and you know, it's a matter of just forgetting and getting right back to work, getting ready for the next one. So we'll step aside as Mason Little comes onto the mound. We'll take a break and we'll let him get loose, get him warm. We'll be back with the rest of the top half of the 4th when we come.
Mason Little takes over from Nick Veselinovic as he goes 3 complete innings, giving up 1 run and 3 hits. But it was a couple of walks to start the game and a couple of walks to end his night. Or pass ball at least. And that is the end of the evening for Big Vess. But Mason Little now inherits a base runner over at first and 1 over at third with nobody out and a 2-1 Gulls lead. His job is to keep it there. And Cam McLeod with a big throw. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose.
I don't think it was.
That's pretty tricky if it was, boy. I'll tell you, you got to.
I don't think that was on purpose. I
Well,
think that was
Jaden
just
Flores just kind of waved at this one. I think he could have caught that. Well, maybe not.
Oh, he tried to catch it.
But
good cover by Yukamoto.
Yeah, that was an interesting play right there. So 1-1 the count on Zach Berneo, the designated hitter. And the count now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. And again, as Marcus Franjul is desperately trying to steal second, but they're trying to draw the base runner in from third, draw the throw, and then hope that the base runner from third takes off and goes to home. But Franjul continues to stop, and Tai Yukamoto continues to cover up over there at second.
Yeah, Abercrombie's just not biting on any of this. Frangel's like, come on, man, go home already. I'm trying to do everything I can to get them to give you some space, and nothing's happening. But how about that? A K for Mason Little on Zach Barneo after a couple different plays over to second to interrupt his at-bat. And he watches that go by.
Yeah. Nice pitch.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the bottle of this Fan Appreciation Premium Water.
Yeah.
It's from Arcola, Saskatchewan.
Ooh.
It's a
good old Arcola.
It
I
says
know exactly where that is.
Okay. Refill, reseal, and recycle. Metal recycles forever. And it's alkaline water. And the benefits, apparently, it hasn't been proven, but alkaline has more pH in it than tap water. And that apparently reduces the amount of acid in your body. But they haven't done enough study on it to prove that that actually is a benefit. But it's water, and it's wet, and it tasted good.
Well, that's
so
good.
Thank you very much, Arcola, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, Arcola, only 20 minutes south of Carlisle, Saskatchewan.
Okay. And Cam McLeod, I think, they just about got Drew Abercrombie this time. But Franjul finally gets himself over to second base with a stolen base. And one down, runners on second and third. Elias Campbell, who grounded out to third to start the second inning. As the Gulls are digging themselves a little bit of a hole. They still have a 2-1 lead, but they keep putting people on base in the first inning. Not so much in the second and third, but here in the fourth now with 2 base runners. And a 3-0 pitch called strike on Elias Campbell. Nick Hagan is on deck. And Mason Little battles back to put the count full now.
Let's take a look at some of the work that Mason Little has done this year. This is his 12th game of work. He's got 31 innings pitched ahead of tonight, 27 Ks. He's given up 12 earned runs and only 33 hits.
And Mason Little, from a 3-0 count, battles back and strikes out Elias Campbell.
Yeah, strikeout number 29 on the year. Great pitch. Wow.
So good work by Mason Little. That'll bring up the left fielder, Nick Hagan. Mason Little is just feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's in a zone, isn't he?
He is.
He's in a zone of his own.
A zone of his own. That kind of rhymes.
That did.
It did.
Didn't try. Nice. This grounded right to the second baseman. And Flores, a little toss over to Simpson. And the Gulls get out of this jam after giving up the one hit, two runners in scoring position. Alutes to nothing. It's a 2-1 Gulls lead when they come to the bottom of the fourth to bat next.
It is the Bay City Rollers playing in the background Saturday night. And it is Saturday night, and Brooks Bachman will step in to face the second pitcher of the night for the Cactus Rats. Hogan Holditch was starter, and Taven Anderson has come in. The Gulls with a 2-1 lead over the Energy City Cactus Rats here in the bottom of the fourth. And that was Mr. Bachman, Brooks's papa.
Oh, nice.
That made that announcement.
I love it.
That is such a good idea.
Getting
I like
parents
that.
involved, and as you mentioned, there's quite a few parents here in attendance tonight, including Junior Garcia's folks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Junior Garcia, not playing in this game, but that doesn't mean he's not going to come in at some point. You never know. He might be a pinch hitter later on or something.
Well, he will play, and his parents are here, I think, until the first or second game of the playoffs. They've come up from Boise, Idaho. Ever been to Boise?
I have not been to Idaho once.
Really?
Nope.
Beautiful little state. Lots of and a really nice golf course. in Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, yeah.
Not the one with the floating green. That's the
That's
Coeur
the one I
d'Alene
want to
course.
go to. Yeah.
That is a nice course, but Circling Raven is absolutely outstanding. And a strikeout there of Brooks Bachman by Taven Anderson. And that'll bring up Michael Quick. Yes, Circling Raven, but you definitely need a cart. There's some long hikes between green and tee box on a couple of those. They have a tournament in October. It's kind of the last of the year.
Yep.
It's the walking only tournament.
Okay.
They usually get about 20 people. That's it. And they have paramedics standing by.
Oh, wow, really? Holy.
It's a hike. There's some, but beautiful scenery and beautiful area of the world.
Guess I gotta go to Idaho.
There you go.
I guess so.
And they got a lot of potatoes. They're famous for potatoes there.
Okay.
I know one guy told me, he says, you know what? The one thing that we have more than California, potatoes and Californians. A lot of people come from California to live there because the income tax is way, way lower.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Michael Quick steps in. And he's at 1-2 on the count. Quick with a base hit in the second inning. But he was stranded there over at first. And he gets struck out here by Anderson. That's 2 in a row here for the left-hander.
Well, we know Taven Anderson can throw. He's been here before. This is his fourth game, I should say, appearance this season. Now he's racking up the Ks. He just came over with Energy City not that long ago, actually. This is only his fourth game of action that he's seen this summer, as he was one of the more recent acquisitions for the City Cats.
And this is what we're going to see as we go closer to the playoffs, is familiar faces leaving and unfamiliar faces stepping in to fill those shoes, because that's the nature of the WCBL, because these kids have to get back to their colleges where they play, and some of them are changing colleges, so they have to set everything up again. They can't just show up to class and say, hey, I'm here, and give me a place to live. It takes a little organization and a little planning, so unfortunately, that's what happens. 3-0 the count on Cam McLeod. And I don't know what the solution is. I'm just going to give my own 2 cents worth. You can chime in as well. I think it closed the season down a little bit more. Maybe a 50 game and a balanced schedule where you play each team, twice in their diamond and twice in our diamond kind of thing. I don't know. A little more travel, but anyway, Cam McLeod draws a walk here.
I agree. I think, and the players will agree too. Some of the players that have already had to go home said they need to shorten. The league needs to view this schedule, and they got to shorten the schedule.
Yeah.
They got to, either start earlier, and it's hard to start early because I get, by the time this season gets underway, you're not sure what the weather's doing. I mean, when we have our preseason game, we've had a couple exhibition games. The first exhibition game this year was outstanding. The night was gorgeous, beautiful. Last year when we had an exhibition game, frigid, freezing, cold. So I get it can be tough to start earlier, but if anything, they could just try to start a week earlier, and then shorten the season by 2 weeks. End a season early, or end a week earlier, start a week earlier, and there you are. There you're eliminating 2 weeks right there.
Yeah, I think, and this is again my own opinion. I think it's easier to go at the end of the season, because at the beginning of the season, some of these guys are involved in playoffs.
That's true.
In their
it's
colleges.
hard to get guys right away, for sure.
And so then, I think at the end of the season makes a little more sense in my mind, because you start the playoffs with a team that didn't get you to the playoffs in some ways.
The thing. But that's what I mean. Is even if you start a week earlier, maybe you don't have all your guys there, but it's not having a huge impact at important games at that point because it's early in the season. Those games, they matter, but they don't matter nearly as much as they do at the end of the season when it really matters at the postseason playoffs picture. Whereas you can get started with the guys that you have. You can bring up affiliates. You can have your academies throwing guys in to start things off in the season. And then as guys come in, you rotate them in. Whereas you can't do that at the end of the year when that's when it matters the most, right? So
valid point.
Even if you start a week earlier, yeah, okay, maybe you don't have all your guys there, but you're still playing baseball. You're still getting games in. And the guys that can make it, hey, that's a bonus for them.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's the valid point. Absolutely. Absolutely. A little discussion on the mound there between Reese Ruderman and Taven Anderson. As Simon Baker steps in, he got a 3-1 count on him. Cam McLeod over at first after drawing a walk. And that misses down low. And Simon Baker draws a walk as well. So with 2 down, the Gulls have base runners on first and second. And the number 1 hitter, top of the order, Tai Yukamoto, steps in. He scored the first run of the game for the Gulls, who have a 2-1 lead. They've only got 2 base hits. One of those came in the second, one of those came in the third.
2 base hits and 7 runners.
Yeah.
On base.
Well, there, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks given up by Cactus Rats Pictures.
Yep.
0-1 the count on Yukamoto, who has a penchant for hitting that ball just down the left field line or just down the right field line. And then, of course, we saw the other night where leadoff homer in the first inning well over the right field fence. So he can put it in play or way out of play.
Yeah, he turns on it in
He
a hurry.
does.
Oh, and he tried to turn on it there.
Oh, yeah.
Big old cut out that one, 1 and 2 to Yukamoto.
He was coming out of his shoes on that one.
An August long, and that's something to kind of say about the fan appreciation night. This is a long weekend. There's a lot of families that are usually gone camping. They're usually taking this is the weekend, take your family out on a holiday, go out BC, go out east, go south, wherever it might be. And yet you're still pulling in crowds like this on a long weekend in the middle of the summer. That's impressive.
Well, it's a good place to camp.
Absolutely, and you see the campers out in the backdrop there as this is getting away from the catcher, so that'll advance both runners an extra bag.
Yeah, if we get a shot of the campground, you can see the smoke from the
some
campfires.
smoke signals
it's
coming
just
out,
kind of just drifting over the trees.
Yeah, everybody's having some
It's
fun
an
over
idyllic picture.
I wonder how many fans here tonight have their campers posted over.
Oh,
in
maybe,
the,
yeah.
Out in that
Look at that.
outfield.
There
But
you
look
go.
at
Great
that,
shot,
yeah.
guys.
So, that's a great.
You see the smoke rising?
Great
Hopefully
spot.
it's not a camper on fire.
Yeah, hopefully somebody's cooking didn't go go sideways on them.
Or we got a new pope.
Yeah.
One of the two.
It's not like the barbecue shack earlier this year, is it?
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Oops.
And that's a walk to Tai Yukamoto. So bases loaded situation coming up for Cleary Simpson, who likes these situations every single time, and he usually takes advantage of them.
Well, he's got family here tonight, and Anderson's going to get a visit from the head coach this time.
Jordan Blundell on the mound. And like as I was, for those fans that are just watching now that maybe don't know the story, there's a little barbecue shack here at Gulls Field, and I don't know how, but it caught flame earlier on this season. Luckily, they put it out right away, but it created a little distraction on the field as we saw a lot of smoke going across from a right to the left. A little bit of a scary situation, but all was good. And we've got some warm-up in the bullpen, I hear, Jim.
Yep, number 2. You've got the sheet right there.
Cooper Golicker. You remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right-handed pitcher. And he might be on an affiliate player, maybe. I'm not sure because they don't have anything listed for his college or university.
Right.
So.
Yep. And he came in late in the season.
Yeah.
So.
That's true too.
Cleary Simpson getting a big round of applause from the fans here after having a fan announcing his name.
He was our player of the game last night.
Sure was. He had a great game.
He did well with the bat with a couple of RBIs and a couple of base hits. He did very well with the glove as well. And the bat would come in handy right about now with a 2-1 lead against these very pesky Cactus rats. And that's inside for a strike. 1-1 the count on Simpson. Bases loaded, 2 down. Bottom of the 4th inning. David Anderson, the pitcher for the Cactus Rats. And that gets away from Ruderman, and this is going to be a close play. Nope, there's no throw, and they go down to second, and then another run scores on that throw by Reese Ruderman. So not sure that was the right play to maybe limit the damage, but some heads-up base running by Cam McLeod and Simon Baker.
Absolutely. Let's watch this again as you take a look at this pitch. Gets away from the catcher. Doesn't go far from the plate. You know, the slide comes in easily in time. Then he decides to make the long throw to second. And a huge heads-up play, as you mentioned, by Simon Baker to just see that throw going and turn the corner as soon as that throw goes.
And then Cleary Simpson sends this to deep center field, but Elias Campbell is there. As the crowd got excited for a moment, but 2-run score on that play by Ruderman. And the Gulls now with a 4-1 lead. And we have more fan appreciation presentations to be made
Can you
here.
hear me over there? Mike, good? Good. All right, I'd like to introduce you our second Superfan of the Year. We have Michelle Elsbeth. Hi, Michelle. Another season ticket holder right from day one. And I think we might be close to getting to be her favorite team over the Blue Jays. Are we getting any closer there? Yeah, this is the year for sure. So Michelle Elsbeth is our rain or shine fan. Congratulations, Michelle.
Well,
All right,
there you
fans,
go.
as we continue to recognize some of our great fans.
The rain or shine fan. So obviously Michelle comes to games, doesn't matter what the weather is, she's here. And we have seen that with the fans here is, we've had a few rainouts this year, and fans have hung in there and said, you know what, we're here to support this team, we're going to stick around. And they usually do.
And I get a bat and everything. I mean, she's going home
nice.
loaded right now with a lot of good stuff, a lot of good prizes and prizing. So it's good stuff on Fan Appreciation Night here at Gulls Field. Sylvan Lake leads at 4-1 over Energy City.
I saw the guys signing the bats the other day in advance of, and I just went deaf for a moment there. So wait a minute, I can't hear myself. Which might not be a bad thing sometimes. So they were signing the bats, and I said to a couple of guys, I said, let me see your signature. And they pointed out, and I went, I can't read that. Gordie Howe always said, sign an autograph so that the kid can read every letter. And if Gordie Howe says that, you should be doing it. Because then they don't know, who is this? You know, and sometimes they put their number beside it, but then sometimes you can't even read the number.
Yeah.
I said, guys, I mean, I've got terrible penmanship. I'll be the first to admit it. My penmanship is awful. It's like hieroglyphics kind of thing. But when you sign an autograph, sign it so they can read your name, kids.
That's that's old-fashioned way of thinking.
It's not old-fashioned. It's common sense is what it is. Anyway. That's just my soapbox right there as Nick Hagan, Reese Ruderman leads things off for the Cactus Rats here in the 5th inning with a base hit right up the middle.
I usually sign my initials.
Do you?
Yep. Just a quick KC. Looks professional, looks good, looks sharp, clean. I can't write otherwise.
Okay, but
So.
but they can't read your name. They just see KC.
Oh,
So if there's another
at least
KC on the team,
yeah,
then you're messed up, aren't you?
yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
That's all right.
And Yukamoto over to Flores and over to first. And waiting for the signal, and we get the signal from Marcel Rosetto. And that is a nice double play turned by the Sylvan Lake Gulls.
Yeah, 6-4-3 double play. Really nicely executed there.
There you go. Oh, whatever he says about signing. Oh, my goodness. Just casually toss that away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like it's going to be worth anything anyways.
You never know. You never know. But, I mean, you work for a hockey team in the wintertime. Do you guys have autograph sessions and sign
Every
things?
single night after every single game, yep.
There you go. And do you see any of the signatures that you can make out?
Some of them, yep.
Okay.
There's a throw from Yukamoto over to 3. The 3 positional player in Cleary Simpson, and a 3-up, 3-down inning. Gulls lead at 4-1 when we come back to the bottom of the inning.
Gracious, we're going to try and get as many kids out here as we can and see. All right, I need you all to move to the left. Shimmy over. Shimmy over. No, Morg, other way. My left, your right. No, Morg, other way. Other way. We got players playing baseball getting ready here. We got to stay out of their way. All right. Are we ready? Now, kids, you are going to run from here, and you're going to try and cross through this finish line. Are you ready? Kids, are you ready? Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hold up. I didn't say go. I just asked if they were ready. They're excited. Fans, are you ready?
I love that.
Hold on.
Third base umpire
In
Matt
3,
Payne
2,
stopped them all.
1, go!
And here comes the stampede.
Over here, over here!
And this little young guy, oh, these two guys
Yeah,
are
let's
just
go all the
killing
way.
it. Look at this.
All the way through. Nice
Good
work.
run.
Keep going. Beat the snap man. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I like this little girl
We're
in the
losing
ponytail.
shoes. We got little legs. We're losing hats. All right, out of the way, kids. Hey, round of applause for the kids in the Snapman Stampede.
Oh, fantastic. I love this.
That's
Look at
good.
these guys go.
Yeah,
Look at these two. These two guys here in the black.
Oh, he
here.
lost a shoe even. He even blew a tire.
Blew a tire, and look at them go.
And those
these
Crocs,
two guys, they can run.
Are those Crocs in speed mode?
Yeah,
Sport
he's
mode?
got barefoot and yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah, that one kid's wearing Crocs. I wonder if he turned into sport mode or not. He lost a tire, so he might not have had that one in
Lost a
sport
tire,
mode.
yeah.
But yeah, what a good stuff. Good stuff. It's
That was great.
all fun here at Fan Appreciation Night at the Gulls Field.
The kids love getting out there and run bases and sign, and the players love standing there signing the autographs. They get down on one knee and they get on the same level as some of these young guys and young girls as well, obviously, and just for young fans. And that's how you build what we see in the stands here tonight is the fans that come and support this team. These kids are going to be baseball players and they're going to be baseball supporters later on in life when they get to be my age. Because all you can do is support. And you need all the support you can get in your shoes, in your walking with it, Anyway, I digress, as always. And Jaden Flores will lead things off here in the Bottom of the 5th inning, the Gulls with a 4-1 lead now. And those 2 runs that came in the 4th inning, not one base hit.
No, I was going to say, yeah, it was all on walks and smart base running.
It's smart base running and an error on the catcher, Reese Rudderman, with a throw out to second. I think they gave him an error.
I don't think that was the error that they gave him, though. I think the error came back earlier in this ball game.
Yeah, you might be right. I thought they gave him an error on that one, but I guess it was just an unwise throw.
Yeah.
And then he stood back, and nobody was covering home plate. And Simon Baker said, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'll take that. And the pitcher, Anderson, finally came over and came near the plate. But even if he caught the ball, he wasn't close enough to make a tag. Well, he was close enough to see that ball go right past him as Jaden Flores gets on base here in the bottom of the 5th inning with a solid single right back up the middle.
Yeah, nice base hit there for Flores. First one of the night. Last night, Jaden Flores, well, last couple nights he's been a little quiet. Last night he went 1 for 5 at the plate, so he's slowly kind of getting things back in right order.
That'll bring up Anthony Gilbert, who's 0 for 2 on the night. Yeah, but he did drive in a run with a sacrifice. A throw over there, a casual throw over. As Flores is a base stealer, and he has the green light. So if he sees an opportunity, he's going. And this is a little blooper into center field. Flores, I was going to say he's going to go for third, but he thought better of that. He said, I'll just hang out here.
Yeah, I think that's the wiser move with 0 away. Just get guys on base at this point. And, you know, we know that Edmondson can throw it. Or, sorry, Elias Campbell, he can throw it. And so he's smart move, I think, and heads-up play by Flores just to stay put. You know, you got some heavy bats coming down the line here with Brock Tiarina, Brooks Bachman, and Michael Quick. Don't try to force anything if you don't have to.
That's right. So lefty on lefty here with Tiarina facing Taven Anderson. And Anderson with the first pitch strike. Base runners on first and second. 4-1 Gulls lead it. 2 runs in the third, 2 in the fourth. The Cactus Rats got on board in the first inning. Oh, that was almost an absolute perfect bunt by Brock Tiarina. Like he just deadened that ball right in front of the home plate, and it just stayed foul. That was pretty good. He's thinking, well, I should have maybe got that a little further.
Yeah,
but
let's take a look
look
at
at this. It just, boom. That just dies right there.
He absorbed it perfectly. In fact, he absorbed it almost too much where it still came back behind the plate to make it foul. That was a great setup for the bunt.
Oh, and a called third strike on Tiarina as he watches that go past him for the first out.
Yeah, good pitch there by Taven Anderson, catching the corner.
So that brings up Brooks Bachman, the designated hitter tonight. His dad is in town. I'm thinking Mom is probably with him. Or did she let Dad go on a road trip by himself? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
San Diego, California.
That's a ways.
That is a ways. That's at least 27, 28 hours driving if you drive like me. It might be 22 if you drive like you.
I don't drive that fast.
Well, you drive faster than I do.
Well,
I drive like a senior. Me and Miss Daisy.
You and Miss Daisy, yeah. Well, when you're on your clock, you got nowhere to go. You got nowhere to be.
Well, I do have places to be,
you have places
but
to
not
go,
in a hurry.
You don't have to be anywhere in a hurry. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm covering up for you there.
Thank you. You know what I meant.
I knew exactly what you meant.
You're tired. You're not on a watch.
And a double steal here. As a good job there. Anthony Gilbert reaches back with his left foot to hang on to that bag. As Flores has second or third stolen, and they can hear and I've got my foot on it now. We're good.
Yeah. Just let me make sure this time. Yeah.
So 2 runners now in scoring position for Brooks Bachman. Count 2-1 on the batter. And he sends this down the first baseline, but foul. So the Gulls with 4 runs on 4 hits. Cactus Rats 1 run on 4 hits. They also have an error. But as you mentioned earlier, it's the free passes that have been given up by their pitching staff that have hurt them or come back to haunt them. And Bachman sends this into deep left field, and that's going to drop as a fair ball, and he's going to knock in 2 runs with that play right there. A stand-up double and 2 RBIs as Anthony Gilbert was racing Jaden Flores to home plate and just about caught him.
He sure did. Well, Flores waited quite a while for this ball to drop. He just sat at third, waiting. Okay, now I can go. And, of course, knew that he was going to get there with lots of time, so he just lightly jogged in. And then, yeah, of course, Anthony Gilbert making it interesting, having a little chuckle with him and a high five at the end of it. But a great bat by that guy. Brooks Bachman, he's really been heating up lately, hasn't he, with the bat and his defensive play? He has done a really good job lately. And playing as the DH tonight, doing what he's got to do, is doing the job.
And Michael Quick, he's going to have to, yeah. Oh, that was a good play there.
And he's safe.
Oh, I thought for sure that he was going to get nailed. And good job of coverage by Taven Anderson. He got over there fast.
Well, Michael Quick with the great effort, and yeah, he gets there.
He does get there, and that moves Bachman over to third and gives the Gulls another couple of base runners on there with 1 down. And that might be the end of the night for Taven Anderson, as a visit to the mound is happening as we speak, and another player is coming in from the bullpen as the Cactus Rats are doing what they can to try and get back into this game. They're down 6-1 now. And another pitcher coming in. We'll have that pitching change for you when we come back.
So new pitcher on the mound, that is number 2, Cooper Golicker.
We've seen him before.
Yeah.
The last time they were here, right?
We sure did. He came in and that 5-4 Gulls win.
He comes in with runners on first and third with one down. Bottom of the fifth, Gulls with a 6-1 lead.
Or sorry, it wasn't the 5-1 win. It was, I think, the 6-1 Gulls win that we saw Goliker in, and that was on July 29th, which was that Tuesday night makeup game. And on that night, he had 2 innings of work. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 2 guys, had a strikeout.
That's shot towards the Cactus Rats dugout by Cam McLeod, who's got a base hit and a strikeout. He's got 2 base hits. No, that's Michael Quick. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong person. Cam McLeod is 0 for 1 with a walk. And a good move over to first there by Goliker. I love the organ sound.
Yeah, me too.
It's like old school.
It's so old school, yeah.
Now you're too young to.
Gotta play a little bit of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" on that bad boy, you know.
Oh no.
Bum,
No, you know what
ba-na-na-na-na.
you know what you do? You play Procol Harum, "Whiter Shade of Pale."
Okay,
Is what you play on that one.
fair.
Look it up.
Yeah, well, later.
It's a great tune for a big church organ like that.
Oh, okay. That would have came right at my face.
It did.
Good thing there's a screen there, folks.
But now you're too young maybe to remember in the old Chicago stadium where the Blackhawks played hockey, they had this massive pipe organ, and that's all they had for music.
Don't they still have that there?
I don't think it's the same one. I think it's a smaller version.
A smaller version, because they do still have some of those in some of the rinks, and I know, especially down the States, Chicago's got one. I think. Who else would have one?
Well, it seems to be a thing of the past.
I see videos still online circulating around the league, and they say that you kind of go straight to NHL. Like, I know the Flames have kind of a pianist, and it's got the sounds, but
it's the Barton Theater pipe organ that was in Chicago Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it is a massive instrument. The Madhouse on Madison was what the arena was called. It is one of the largest theater organs ever built, boasting 6 manuals, 800 stops, and thousands of pipes.
Wow.
Thousands of pipes. And it was played by Al Malgard for decades, was the key part of the stadium's atmosphere during hockey games. And if you ever, that's what I grew up listening to. And Cam McLeod takes a walk here to load the bases for Simon Baker. But that's it was an impressive piece of musical equipment. And I mean, when you talk about all the keys that are on it and the stops and the pipes, like, to move that in there must have taken a long time.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
100%.
they put that there and then they built a stadium around it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But it was that big.
That's that big, yeah. Well, Jordan Blundell just came out to chat with the umpire after that walk, and did it a little bit more easier than he did last time. He came out to chat with an umpire and argue the call.
Okay, here's another little fact, and it's kind of cool about the pipe organ in
Yep.
Chicago Stadium. It was so loud, it was estimated to have the volume of 25 brass bands.
Wow.
Needless to say, the people that worked on with hearing aids in Chicago probably did big business with Blackhawks fans.
No, especially the ones that were sitting right beside it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, ouch. Well, the Seattle Kraken, Detroit Red Wings, and the Montreal Canadiens all still have organ in their buildings.
Like an actual organ or just piped in music, no pun intended. Like some guy, a DJ playing.
Plays an organ, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, they have a couple.
Actual music.
Actual music, yeah.
And that's what we're hearing tonight, but it's nobody playing the organ.
No, it's not actual. Yeah, it's just a pre-recorded
So our
sound.
guy Ted Hutchings playing doing the music.
And he does a great job every single night as well.
That's a skill.
Yeah.
Is to be able to hit the right button at the right time and have the right song for the right moment. And there's enough music out there for that.
Yeah, lots that goes behind the scenes at a baseball game or at any sporting event, really.
Yeah.
That you just don't really realize until you maybe work for one or you do a tour of a stadium. We've seen a lot of tours up here throughout the years, and this year brought in a few different guys and people, friends, family, fans.
We saw a big limousine pull out of the parking lot and dropped off a bunch of people. I'm thinking there might be a wedding party or a stag or a stagette.
Bachelorette, yeah, tough to say.
Or do they call them bachelorettes? I thought it was stagette.
Stagette.
Okay.
Just depends on the person.
I guess so. And as always, the man who has his finger on the pulse of everything here, Synovus, who's one of the sponsors for tonight.
Sponsor your water bottle.
Sponsored my water bottle, yeah. My treasured water bottle here. They have a fan appreciation or a staff appreciation night tonight too, so maybe that's part of it too. But Simon Baker strikes out here with bases loaded and one down. That'll bring up the top of the order, the leadoff hitter, Tai Yukamoto, who's been on base a couple of times with a couple of walks. 6-1 Gulls lead it. Bottom of the 5th inning. And Yukamoto sends this right to Elias Campbell. He took about 2 steps in and put his glove up, and that was that. So he brings the inning to a close, but the Gulls add 2 more to their total. 6-1 Sylvan Lake. Cactus Rats coming to bat.
Mason Little back on the mound for another inning of work for the Sylvan Lake Gulls after coming in relief for Nick Veselinovic. And the Gulls holding on to a 6-1 lead right now. This is Timo Aracena at the plate. Gulls out hitting Energy City 6-4 right now. And lots of baseball going on around the league. We'll get to it here in just a moment. Maybe at the beginning of the next inning, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Or in the break between the innings. There's lots going on. The standings have obviously shifted, as we mentioned in the pregame show. The Brooks Bombers now sitting in that number 4 spot in the Western Division. And let's pull it up here if we don't mind. Thanks, guys. Calvin doing his job, absolutely outstanding. Okotoks first, Brooks Bombers, 4th spot right now and holding on to that last place playoff position, only half game up on Energy City. So the Cactus Rats trying to keep their playoff hopes alive tonight. But bad news for them, they Brooks Bombers are beating the Fort McMurray Giants already this evening. 3-1 the count to Timo Aracena. He winds and he delivers. That fouled back by Aracena one more time. Full count, 3-2. And Bombers actually already have finished their game. Their game was earlier on this afternoon. So with that win today, that's why they are holding on to that last playoff spot. And Aracena aggressively throws the bat back to his dugout and thinking he's going to have a little chat with the umpire. I'm not sure what that was about, but let's take a look at this. After he takes that, he throws it aggressively back to the dugout like he's frustrated.
That was a different kind of bat toss.
Yeah. Usually you don't throw them that angrily if you're getting a free base.
Well, you don't really toss it if you walked.
No.
You toss it when you hit a home run, but that was odd.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Well, only Timo knows.
Drew Abercrombie now in the batter's box as he hits this well into right field. This has a chance, and it's gone.
Wow. That was a shot.
Was it ever? So just like that, Energy City cuts the lead in half. Now 6-3 Gulls lead it.
That might prompt a little action in the Gulls bullpen.
Let's take a look at this again here. Down in the middle, and he just turns on it.
Mason Little just watched it and went, darn. I paraphrase. But now 6-3. Nobody out. Marcus Franjul steps in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. As the Cactus Rats still have some life in them. We're only in the 6th inning, so a 6-3 lead for Sylvan Lake. The Gulls have scored 2 runs in the last 3 innings, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And the Rats got on the board first, and then now with a 2-run shot by Abercrombie, as you mentioned, have cut the lead to 6-3. The fans are still buzzing.
Yep.
And they're still here, and they're still enjoying a nice, comfortable Saturday night watching a baseball game. And the clouds in the west, or the northwest, are just kind of hanging in there, keeping an eye on things, just watching, saying, okay, when this game's over, we're coming in. And a good play there over at second by Jaden Flores as he picks this off the top of his, not the bedazzled shoes, but the shoes.
Yeah, this was dropping quickly as this was a line drive right to him, and he just gets underneath of it before it lands. Good catch there by Flores. That's not an easy catch to make, especially across your body, being a left-hander.
Down low to the ground.
Down low to the ground. You have to kind of take it on your backhand. Pretty impressive.
And Mason Little comes in on Zach Barneo, the designated hitter, who has struck out twice tonight. He sends this off the screen towards the Energy City bullpen. 0-2 the count now. Beautiful night, fan appreciation night, and the fans are getting their money's worth here as that drops in front of center fielder Simon Baker for a base hit for Barneo.
Yep, good base hit by Barneo there, right up the middle. Got a lot of wood on that ball, and Simon Baker could do nothing but let it drop and take it off the one hop.
Center fielder, number 40.
Barneo's a big guy.
He is. And he's got a professional grade beard going there too, in my opinion. Not that I'm a follicle expert here. Far from it, in fact. Facial follicles.
Anything shoulder up, basically, hey?
Pretty much. Pretty much. That's disappeared. Oh, nice pitch there.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Just
Off speed.
freezes Elias Campbell.
Change up, right down the middle.
1-2 the count on the center fielder for the Cactus Rats. 0-for-2. Ground out and a strikeout. And that gets away from Cam McLeod. And allows Barneo to take second base. There's Barneo over at second. It's like that's his playoff beard, or probably he just has that all the time.
Just has that all the time.
I'm betting he does.
Kind of fits him pretty well.
It does. You ever have a beard? You do.
If I ever had a beer, well, I've got one right now.
That's right, you do. I just had to be reminded.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't let it get very thick or
No, you don't.
because it gets itchy, and I don't like that.
It's not an in-your-face beard.
No.
So.
Yeah, I like just to keep it nice and trimmed, nice and light. Let the summer breeze still be able to touch my face.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not a fan of the guys that have the Rip Van
Right
Winkle
down to your chest, or
all the way down
your-
to their waist kind
Waist,
of thing.
yeah.
I'm thinking, you know.
So many things get in there. I know. I worked with a guy. I used to work with a guy at a radio station. He's still there, and I think you know exactly who I'm talking about. He works at 106.7 Rewind Radio, and he has a long beard. And I remembered as this is lifted into left field, and this might drive in a run.
Yeah,
No, they're
bring
going to
it.
hold off Barneo at third, which is a good idea with Brock Tiarina's arm over at left field.
Yeah, he got that in easy.
Sure did.
So a base hit there for Nick Hagan over to first, and as you see, Tiarino is on it, and right away, as Barneo was just rounding third, and the coach said, no. And Barneo said, what? Come on, coach, I got the wheels. And the coach saying, yeah, no, you don't. You got a great beard, but you don't have the wheels.
Well, back to my beard story. This guy, for charity, shaved his beard. He hasn't shaved his beard in years.
Okay.
Years and years and years. Well, he finally shaves his beard that was, down to about mid-chest height or so.
Okay.
And he said, yeah, there was some stuff in there I didn't know was in there.
Oh. Okay. Not good.
No.
Like a little family of animals living in there?
Not quite, but, probably some leftovers from the night before.
That's drilled out to left field by Nick Hagan, or by Reese Ruderman, but right into the glove of Brock Tiarina. And that's the third out, but the Cactus Rats put 2 on the board. The score is now 6-3 Sylvan Lake, and more in the way of fan appreciation.
The bottom of the center section, row B, seat 2, is occupied by Teresa Borman. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Good. Okay, so the coolest part of my job in the last few years here has been creating new baseball fans and selling this game and creating Gulls fans. And I think Teresa, we might have made into a baseball fan from the start here. Doug's taking credit for it, but I think, maybe. So Teresa is going to be our third winner of our super fan. We're going to call you the season supporter. Teresa Borelman, TD Bobcat. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. Hunter Jones and
Six-3 Gulls lead it on Fan Appreciation Night. What a crowd you have here tonight. But lots of games going on around the league tonight as you see us up in the broadcast booth and quickly come out of the picture. So we were talking earlier, Brooks Bombers taking that 4th place and final playoff spot as of right now with a 13-4 win over Fort McMurray earlier today. Here's something the Gulls fans might be happy to see, but maybe not necessarily if they're trying to chase first place. Okotoks Dogs defeated the Lethbridge Bulls in the first game of the doubleheader that they're going to have today because they had to make up that game that was a rainout. And you mentioned that last night when the Lethbridge Bulls were here, and we're like, when are they going to make up that game? Well, I guess they're doing it today in the doubleheaders. So Okotoks takes game 1 4-1, and Dogs are up currently 9-0 over the Lethbridge Bulls in game 2 of that doubleheader. So not looking good if you're the Lethbridge Bulls. Another good thing that you might like to see if you're the Sylvan Lake Gulls, maybe not because they're in the same division as us, but because maybe they're trying to chase the same record as the Sylvan Lake Gulls. The Saskatoon Berries lost to the Regina Red Sox earlier tonight, 4-2. They are still one win away from tying the Gulls record that they held back last season that they broke for the most wins in a regular season at 44. Saskatoon being held to just 43. And in fact, as this is lifted just foul down the third baseline, Clary Simpson that close to landing yet another base hit this season. They've lost now 2 straight, Saskatoon. They've had 2 games in a row now that they could have tied the WCBL all-time regular season record for most wins in a season, and they've now lost 2 straight. So keep your eyes on that as they have a couple more against Medicine Hat to finish out the regular season. And bottom of the 6th, Weyburn and Medicine Hat tied 3-3. Moose Jaw up 8-7, but they're in a rain delay right now against the Swift Current 57s. So there is your out-of-town scoreboard, folks. Lots going on.
You are up to date. Thank you, Mr. Clark.
No worries.
2-2 the count on Clary Simpson. And just about a similar shot last night that stayed fair and rolled into the corner away from the left fielder. And this one, unfortunately, goes into the glove of the right fielder, Marcus Flangul, who's having fun out there.
Sure is. Another guy that's got a good beard on him.
Yeah, he's got a good beard and he's got a good head of hair on him as well. I'm jealous. Not really. Well, okay, maybe I am a little bit. Although, you know what? I have saved probably thousands of dollars on hair products and haircuts and that sort of thing. So, and combs, brushes,
True.
you know.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm looking at it as an economic advantage.
You're on a fixed income.
I am.
As my parents would say.
Yeah, no, I've dropped that line a few times.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. 0-1 the count on Jaden Flores.
So yeah, it's gonna, back to that Saskatoon Berries thing. It looked like they were, on pace to, set a record of their own without a doubt, just very easily. But now that they've lost 2 straight, Jim, They got 2 more games against Medicine Hat. This is grounded right to Seiji Umezawa, who makes the throw in time. And that's out number 2. But now, it's not looking so promising for the Saskatoon Berries, as they have to win both games finishing out the regular season to break a record and make a record of their own.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good luck to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if they do it, they do it. That's fine. I don't think the Gulls will be too upset. Want to know the count here on Anthony Gilbert, who had a single and an RBI back in the 5th. And I'm looking now, I'm not sure what your score sheet looks like, but I've got just the 2 players with RBIs. The other are RBIs have kind of been walks and pass balls. In fact, 2 runs scored on that 1 pass ball.
Yeah. I got 3 RBIs that are credited to the player.
Oh, do you?
Like,
okay.
well, to not 1, but 3 total to
I've
2
only
different
got 2.
players.
I've only got 2. Okay. I'm going with your score sheet. Anthony Gilbert draws a walk. We'll have to compare notes.
Well, I should say I have 2 players that are credited RBIs.
Yeah. That's
Brooks
what I
Bachman,
have.
he has 2 RBIs with that double back in the 5th.
That's where I've missed it. Okay, no, that now it makes sense.
And Anthony Gilbert with his ground out back in the 3rd.
Well, and Jaden Flores had a sacrifice slide into left field.
Jaden Flores, yes.
So there's the 2 that I had, and then I forgot about. I didn't mark down Brooks's 2 RBI double. There you go. I'm all up to date now.
There you go.
I feel better. Brock Tiarina, who is due for a big fly, as they say, or used to say. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Two out. Base runner over at first, and Anthony Gilbert. And that goes off the glove of Reese Ruderman, who just kind of casually stuck his glove out there for that one.
Yeah.
And it went off the end of it. And
well, you saw Gulicker's release, and it came way out. It slipped out of his hand by the looks of it. And so it looked like, to start with, it was nowhere near the catcher. But, yeah, I think there was time. It was coming in slow enough. There was time for Reese Ruderman to get a little bit more in front of that.
so 1-1 the count on Tiarina. And that off-speed pitch floats in there at 67.
6 more than I can throw.
I wasn't going to say anything. I really wasn't going to say anything.
Nice.
But now that you mention it. And Tiarina rips this right at the Cactus Rats dugout and had people scrambling there.
Yeah, Josh Tucker's coaching first now.
Well, there
Comes
he
over
is,
to
yeah.
field the ball.
He is 4 strikeouts shy of 300 in his WCBL career here with the Sylvan Lake Gulls is Josh Tucker.
Yep.
After
awesome.
last night's 8 strikeout performance. And Tiarina sends this down to Ten Shindo over at short. And he fires a strike across the diamond to get the 3rd out of the inning. And the Gulls with a 6-3 lead as we are headed to the 7th inning. But a little more fan appreciation for the Sylvan Lake Gulls fans and from the players themselves as they are headed towards home plate.
Fan Appreciation Night, courtesy of our friends at Synovus. As is tradition here at the ballpark, typically we do the 7th inning stretch here, or around this time of night, but at this time on this night, we could say all that we want to appreciate you with promotions, with this and that. This is the opportunity for the players. They want to come out and tip the cap to you, the greatest fans in the Western Canadian Baseball League. A tip of the cap to those here in Sylvan Lake.
Welcome back here on Fan Appreciation Night at Gulls Field at Big Apple Park. Jim Claggett, Cale Clark here. Top of the 7th inning, Seiji Umezawa will lead things off, facing a new pitcher, a left-hander, young affiliate player from the Sylvan Lake Gulls prep team. This is Braxton Bussey from Coronation, Alberta, which is just east of Sylvan Lake. Well, I shouldn't say just, about an hour.
I was like, yeah, that's a little ways from.
Well, this is
It's actually
Alberta.
I think it's more than an hour. Coronation's got to be at least 2 from here.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Depends on who's driving, right?
Yeah, yeah. Even with me driving, I think
Even
it's
with
still
you
2
driving?
hours. Absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of near where some of the silent partners in the Sylvan Lake Gulls ownership group are from.
In that area.
Yeah, in that area. More of a caster area, if anything.
Yeah. 2:10, we're told.
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I was right. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that
don't know
doesn't
why I
happen
said
very
an
often.
hour.
Well. It's been a night.
It has been.
And it's been a lot of baseball as of late. What do we say? What did our guy in the truck, Calvin, say? 30 and 40 nights? 30 games and 40 nights?
Yes.
Or 40 and 30, sorry. I know that this
And
is 15 and 16 for me. There's a
first
walk.
batter that faces Braxton Bussey, and he walks Umazuma. Who's oh boy, I need to go home.
Hey, you can't leave me. I should have went home long time ago.
Okay.
We're gonna fight through this together.
Fair
You
enough.
and I. Ten Shindo will step up to the plate, and Braxton Bussing.
Umezawa, that's the name I was trying to get out of my mouth, and couldn't.
No, that's fair.
But Ten Shindo steps in now with a base runner over at first. Nobody out, just underway here in the 7th inning. 6-3 Gulls lead it. They have left 8 men on base, have the Gulls. And that could be dangerous. As the Cactus Rats are mounting a bit of a comeback here. They scored 2 in the last inning, and now they've got 2 base runners here and a very dangerous bat in Timo Aracena. And Mickey McClaskey is getting ready.
Get loose, yep.
So I'm not sure how big a leash the young man from Coronation has.
Well, here's one thing. Tie and run is at the plate right now. So that's, and that's crazy how to think that, this game has kind of felt, I don't know, it's felt weird. It's felt like the Sylvan Lake Gulls have been, for the most part, in control of this ball game. But when you think about it, it can turn south in a hurry, with especially when you know that 0 away and the tie and run is at the plate right now.
Yeah, one swing of the bat, and we're all of a sudden knotted at 6. That misses down low. 1-1 the count on Aracena, who has a single and a walk and scored a run. He was on base when Drew Abercrombie knocked one over the right field fence. The 2-1 pitch is grounded down, and Buxton, nice scoop.
No doubt. Wow.
Very good play by the young man, the affiliate player here. And Cleary Simpson said, yeah, good job.
That was a great scoop. I mean, he just ran onto it as fast as possible and, just took it off the second hop, and nice flip over to Cleary Simpson to do it himself. That takes a lot of focus and hand-eye coordination on that one.
Yep, did a good job.
So runners in scoring position now for the Cactus Rats. Seiji Umezawa and Ten Shindo, both at 3rd and 2nd respectfully. That'll bring up Drew Abercrombie, as you mentioned just minutes ago or seconds ago maybe, is that he hit that big bomb that cleared the right field wall that drove in 2 runs, cut this lead in half. He had a base hit back in the 4th too, so he's 2 for 3 on the night. He's having a great night at the plate.
Good pitch there by Bussey. He was a count of 1-1 with one down. Oh, nice.
Yeah, wow.
Very nice.
That kid can pitch. I'd like to see that again if we have it on the replay. Maybe we'll show it after, but that was a heck of a play. That was a really good throw.
He's ahead 1-2 now on Abercrombie. And
Wow.
a strikeout for Braxton Bussey. And Cam McLeod gives him the fist pump, too.
Kid can do it. Let's take a look at the Hearthstone Property Management replay here as he throws that up high and inside, and that's exactly where McLeod wanted it. Great throw.
The high heat gets Drew Abercrombie for the second out. That'll bring up Marcus Franjul.
And here's the other strike right prior to that strikeout is, look at this throw, and it just cut right in there. It slid right in there nicely. Nice.
It's like a slingshot.
Yeah.
And this is grounded down to Anthony Gilbert, and he's going to.
Yeah, he still got him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There might be a little discussion with regards to blocking the base there by Anthony Gilbert, because he prevented Franjul from getting to the bag. So, but I think they're just going to allow that to stand. And you watch the play here. Now, he's trying to get a handle on it, and he knows the base runner's coming, and yeah. I'll kind of side with the visiting team on this one, that he may have prevented the base runner, or that's Shindo, from Umajawa. No, Shindo.
Shindo.
Yeah. So, anyway, it is an out, and that is the end of the inning. 3 down, and the Gulls avoid anything there. As I'm not sure they put a.
They're going to count that run in at the end of that.
Oh, that's what they're going to do. I was going to say they put a run up there, but so anyway, we are done through 6.5. Gulls coming to bat. Well, we are through 6.5, bottom of the 7th inning here, and Brooks Bachman will lead things off for the Gulls, who are up by 2 against the very stubborn Cactus Rats, who just won't go away.
Nope, they don't. So this is, if you're the Sylvan Lake Gulls, this is where you got to bear down again and kind of get focused and get things going again offensively. Got shut out in that last inning with 0 runs to show for, and before that you had 3 consecutive innings with 2 runs scored in each inning. So now you got to get back on offense and provide a little bit more comfort and cushion for your pitchers.
And it's not like they've out-hit the Cactus Rats. They haven't.
No, Cactus Rats are actually out-hitting the Gulls, 8-6. One thing that Gulls do have that is a good sign to see is they haven't put up an error yet on that scoreboard. So,
well, a ground ball there by Bachman to lead things off here in the 7th for the first out. Right to the first baseman, Aracena. That'll bring up the right fielder, Michael Quick. And nobody's up in the bullpen, so maybe the young man from Coronation, Braxton Bussey, might come out for another inning.
yeah, he might.
He did well. He got himself out of a jam there.
He sure did, yeah. You know, and again, we've talked to pitchers before about what it takes to kind of get yourself calm in a situation and kind of get yourself into a game. And I think that ground ball right to him where he made that incredible play was what kind of got things going for him as far as settling into this game.
That could very well be. And that floats over the outside corner on Michael Quick, put him behind 1-2. Oh, and that goes over the head of Nick Hagan, who misplayed that absolutely poorly. And I don't know if he lost that in the lights, because it's kind of that dusky, the lights just came on kind of thing a little bit, and the sun's down, and I could see him losing that in the sky.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was really weird to see. He looked like he was going to, play that like it was going to be, an easy makeable catch in left field, and then the ball just kept carrying and then sailing more to his left, and then by the time he realized, he was way too late, and all he could do was stick his arm out and hope that it hit his glove. And he's, I think, kind of talking over to center field, Elias Campbell, and I don't know, man. I'm wondering if he lost the sight of that ball. Didn't see it come off the bat right away.
Yeah, because you're right. I mean, it almost seemed like, I've got this. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's carrying a little further. Or, like I say, he didn't see it at all. Anyway, Michael Quick is over at second base with 1 out, and Cam McLeod at the plate. He fouls this out of play. Simon Baker is on deck. As we got the 8 and 9 hitters coming up here. And that's down low and outside for a ball. Again, the bullpen quiet, so that leads me to believe that Braxton Bussey is going to come out for the 8th inning. He's getting a good taste of what it takes to be in the WCBL.
That could be the future of the Sylvan Lake Gulls. This goes past the catcher. Wild pitch.
I'll tell you, Reese Rudderman is getting his steps in, as he's been chasing balls back to the backstop quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, and that's kind of the difference in this game is Sylvan Lake Gulls have been, having a lot of handouts their way. As we mentioned, they're not out hitting the Energy City Cactus Rats, but they've had a lot of handouts their way that they've taken advantage of.
Yeah, it's only been 1 error for Energy City, but it's the wild pitch or pass ball.
And the walks.
And the
hit
walks.
by hit batsman, yeah.
Yeah. 3-1 the count. And a big swing there by Cam McLeod. Might have been ball 4. But he took a cut at it anyway. Count now full with base runner over at third and Michael Quick. That could be an important run over there. And Quick's got to be, he's got to be alert over at third base because Reese Rudderman likes to throw. And if you get too far off of that bag, the third baseman, Abercrombie, is kind of sneaking in behind Michael Quick. So
yeah. Always got to be aware. And you got to respect the throw, too. And respect the arm of these guys. These guys can throw hard. They can throw fast. They can catch you when you're not paying attention. Just a moment of sleeping on the base can cost you.
And this is where it might even come into more play because you have a left-handed batter there. So Rudderman has a wide open throw, nobody blocking his view or the throw. And a throw over to first by Gulliker. Tai Yukamoto, he is on deck. But Simon Baker has got base runners on first and second. Or first and third, I should say. And one down. Gulls looking to get a little more insurance, some breathing room here between themselves and the Cactus Rats. And I'm not sure if they're aware of the situation with Lethbridge, but they might be. Not that it should change any way you approach the game, but it might a little bit. They might do something a little different.
So should Lethbridge lose tonight in the Gulls, and I guess that would mean the Gulls would go up a game and a half with the 2 losses today.
Yeah. So it's coming down to the wire for playoff position jockeying. And that misses down low. 3-1 the count now. And a walk given to Simon Baker. Loads the bases for the top of the order, Tai Yukamoto.
And that'll probably prompt a meeting on the mound. No, Jordan Blundell is holding up a signal to the bullpen right now. Or no, sorry, that's the assistant coach, and Nick, who's holding up a sign to the bullpen. And now Jordan Blundell will come out to the mound for a visit.
We call him size 20.
So yeah, they call him size 20 over there.
I told one of the girls at the gate, Marin, I said, see that guy over there with the blue shoes? You know how big his feet are? And she goes, well, they are big. How big? 20.
Her eyes probably went pretty big, I would think.
She says, my dad is 6'4", and I know her dad, Talbot. He's a coach of the our Red Deer Polytechnic Queens volleyball team, has been an outstanding coach for them for years. Won national championships.
Okay.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's got size 13. He's 6'4", size 13s.
Yeah.
He could fit his shoes and then himself into those shoes. I'm sure. And Trip Ray was standing there too, and he looks, he goes, you know, I don't exactly have small feet, but yeah, those are big.
Yeah.
Sorry, we go on and on about this, but I think it's
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
Anyway. We got a little bit of time here, so we're going to go to the pitching change, and we'll come right back. Well, when you have a position player come in to pitch, I'm not sure what message that sends. Either he's really good as a pitcher or you've kind of given up. I'm thinking it's because he's really good. I like the face paint, though.
Yeah, he's got the war paint going on.
He's got it going. He's got a serious look on his face, too. Like, I'm not just fooling around. I'm here to pitch.
Well, we've seen Simon Baker come in, and he can pitch on the mound, so it could be a very similar situation for Energy City where this guy, he can throw.
Sure can. He faces a bases-loaded situation with 1 out and the leadoff hitter, Tai Yukamoto. So not an easy situation to come into for a guy who hasn't pitched very much.
He's only pitched 1 game and 0.1 of an inning.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
And he gave up 1 hit.
And that's right to 10 Shindo. And that's going to score a run. And I'm not sure. Yeah, no, Anthony Gilbert was not out. Or no, that was Cam McLeod, who was, he thought he was out. And so he just kind of was walking towards the dugout. And then somebody said, wait a minute, you're not out. Get going.
Okay, let's take a look at this again. This is a weird play.
So 1 hop to Shindo. Gilbert tries to get back to his bag, and he thinks he's forced out, but he's going to third. And then somebody must have told him, say, hey, wait a minute, you're not out.
Yeah, whoops.
So 2 runs will score on this.
Well, he was so worried. He was so worried about thinking, oh, there's nobody forcing me on the run here. Oh, wait, no, I got to run. And then he was so worried about that he got lucky that they overthrew that throw to third, and he somehow still gets to score. So he's still not sure about himself, holding his head low because he's like, oh, my goodness.
Well, he scores.
They got away with it.
And Cam McLeod scores. Simon Baker got forced out over it.
And here's a conversation with the umpire here.
So I'm not sure what the conversation's about.
I don't know either.
I mean, Shindo threw to second, and they got the force out of Simon Baker. Then they threw to first.
And let's take a look here one more time. So Shindo has a tough time, and the tag at second, that's an out for sure.
Yeah.
That's an out on Simon Baker. But
and then Yukamoto gets over to first on the throw.
Cam McLeod just gets lucky, caught in no man's land, and somehow makes his way all the way around.
Well, it'd be interesting to ask Cam what he thought there.
I think he didn't have a forced play there.
Well, he didn't. He was going to third.
No, I know, but I don't think he realized. I think he forgot that Simon Baker was at first base and that he had to run on the play.
Okay.
He thought he didn't think it was going to be a. Yeah, I think he didn't think he had to run. I think he thought, oh, you know what? I'm just going to try to kind of, do the old draw the shortstop into thinking I'm going to third, but, make him have to throw to first, just to throw him off a little bit, and then realizing that, oh, no, I got to run because Simon Baker is over at first and he's got to advance to second.
See, now I'm going the other direction. I think he thought he was out at second base for some reason, that he was forced out, and because he was walking. He wasn't even jogging. He was walking like, oh, I'm out. And his force out was at third base.
Yeah.
So he just I think he lost concentration for a moment there and decided, and then somebody must have yelled at him and said, wait a minute, you're not out. Get running. And there's a base hit by Clary Simpson that'll drive in Tai Yukamoto. Because I just reading the body language of Cam McLeod is like, oh, I'm out. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not out? That's right. Anyway, we'll find out when we go down to the field and ask Cam, what were you thinking? And he might say, you don't want to know.
Now batting is Sylvan Lake Gulls, number 7, Jaden Flores.
So an RBI there for Cleary Simpson as the Gulls have now exploded for 3 runs here and have a 9-4 lead over the Cactus Rats. After a bizarre play, a sequence of plays there. As Jaden Flores steps in with 2 out. Now he could have stepped on the bag, I think, and Simon Baker would have been out without any kind of force. Jaden Flores knocks this into right field to keep the rally going. As Simpson makes his way over to second and Flores with a base hit.
I don't know. I just still think that back to that play that I feel like McLeod didn't feel like it was a forced play.
Well, it wasn't. Not on him.
And we got a new pinch hitter coming in. This is number 3.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll have to find out here on who this
This
is.
is one of the affiliate players.
Yeah, it must be, yeah. So let's take a look. And that's Dane Liskey on the mound. Or sorry, I'm not on the mound, in the batter's box. My apologies. We're getting interrupted in the broadcast booth. Guys are coming in here. Who is this? Who is this? So apologies there as we freeze for a moment.
So he comes in with runners on first and second, sends this down to Shindo at shortstop, and he throws across to Zach Parneo. And he is out at first, and the inning is over. A bizarre inning it was, but the Gulls cash in 3 runs here and now have a 9-4 lead over the Cactus Rats. Well, here's the mess. That was some runs scored and some interesting base running there. And Cam McLeod is the only one that knows the answer to the question of what were you thinking? And he's still got his hands on his head. He's like, what was I thinking?
No idea what that was, what transpired there, but that was something.
But a good inning for the Gulls. And is that still Braxton Bussey or is that a new?
It is Braxton Bussing, yep. Number 40.
Yeah, he's still in the game, and he's got a 5-run cushion now to work with. But he looks pretty sharp.
Yep. He's doing all right. Nice replay there on your screen. Getting Barneo to swing at it. 2-2 the count. Full count now to Barneo,
who's now the first baseman, as the first baseman Timo Aracino was pitching the last inning. And another strikeout for Braxton Bussing. My goodness. Attaboy.
Here it is here. Wow. Nice throw.
He looks pretty calm. Now we had the other young man, Luke Schmidt, came in, and he pitched the other night, and he did very well.
Yeah, the future is strong with this Gulls prep team.
Well, Benny Prediger is the coach of that prep team, former Sylvan Lake Gull catcher, and now there's the tribute, the tip of the hat back at the 7th inning. So 1-1 the count on Elias Campbell. And that misses down low, 2-1 now. So Elias Campbell and Nick Hagan on deck, who is old school Nick Hagan because he's got no batting gloves. And this is skied, and Jaden Flores says, I think I got this? Yep, I got this. And he makes the catch over at second base for the second out. He's got a little smile on his face.
Having fun.
He usually has a little smile on his face.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these guys do.
It's kind of a sly smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, to answer your question about if it's a full moon earlier, it's a half moon.
It's a half moon, yeah.
You can see it.
Beautiful shot.
That is a nice view.
Yeah. And the clouds have kind of, they build up and then they break apart.
Yeah.
So that's good. It can rain in about an hour.
Yeah. No rain right now. And there's a good shot of the moon, guys. Thank you very much for getting that.
Much appreciated.
And this Braxton Bussing kid is up 0-2. Has a little chat with the umpire. Umpire gave him a little kind of I think a fist bump encouragement. Good job, buddy. You're doing well.
I gave him the ball.
Well, did you not see him tap him
No,
on the shoulder?
I didn't see that.
I thought I saw a shoulder tap there.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. I usually am.
No, that's my job.
Well, we
0-2 the count.
Complement each other well.
And Hagan sends this into foul territory on the berm.
And over. One hopper over the fence.
Yeah, one hopper.
Into the...
Kids still playing in the play area as well.
Yeah, Sobeys kid zone.
And kids are still playing in the bullpen too. The bigger kids. And that's grounded foul.
So the Sylvan Lake Gulls will get set for a home-and-home series against the Okotoks Dogs. The final 2 games of the regular season goes down tomorrow night in Okotoks, and then Monday afternoon right back here at Gulls Field. So I'd love to see if you can make it. Finish out the regular season on a good note with the Dogs in town.
Well, there's strikeout number 3 for Braxton Bussing. Oh my goodness, yeah. As he brings the inning to a close, we are through 7.5. Gulls with a 5-run lead over the Energy City Cactus Rats. They're coming to bat.
Here is a pinch hitter substitution being made for Brock T. Arena. Bryce Hampton stepping into the batter's box now. The Gulls still leading 9-4, only 3 outs away defensively from picking up win number 35 on the season. And that would ultimately, as we mentioned, put themselves up another game and a half just from today on the Lethbridge Bulls. So I think that would put them up 2.5 games or 3 games up. I might be wrong on that. My math could be terrible. I'll have to let me just quickly look here as we take a look at the standings. But yeah, it's regardless, the Sylvan Lake Gulls just kind of inching their way that much closer to second place, clinching second place and home field advantage.
If Lethbridge loses both games,
Which they did.
okay, so they should be 5.5 back.
Actually, sorry, they haven't lost yet. Technically, it's still in
Oh.
top of 6. Okotoks up 9-5 now over the Lethbridge Bulls, but
Okay.
they're currently, from what we've seen tonight, they're 5.5 back as of right now.
Yeah.
They lose, then they're 6 back.
Well, they started the game 4.5 back, right?
They must have started 5 back because they're currently showing on the standings 5.5 back on point streak.
And Hampton sends this to deep shortstop. Ten Shindo makes an outstanding play to get there. And a really good throw, but not in time to catch the speedy Bryce Hampton, who beats him out and is on first base with a base hit.
Yeah, good shot right deep in the hole, and no chance, even with the great play, as you mentioned, a 10 Shindo could make that throw and make that play in time. So the substitutions keep on coming, as this is Aiden Macris coming in now for Brooks Bachman, the DH tonight. And why not? Give some guys a break. Get some new guys in there. Spread out your players, as you got some baseball coming tomorrow and Monday against a top team in the West.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, currently the stands are showing that Lethbridge 5.5 back, and the Gulls are 4.
That misses outside. 1-1 the count on Macris. Bryce Hampton is over at first. As you mentioned, the substitutions continue. So the Gulls with 34 wins and 19 losses. The Bulls with 32 wins and 20 losses. So that puts the Bulls 1.5 back of Sylvan Lake.
Yep.
So you do 34 minus 32, that's 2. You do 19 or 20 minus 19, that's 1. So
Yep.
that's 3. So that's 1.5 games.
Yep. But then that's not counting the Gulls win tonight.
No, if the Gulls win, that'll put them at 35. And
Yeah.
if the Bulls lose, that'll put them at 21. So that
Exactly.
will put them 3. 2 is 5, and half of that is 2.5. There you go. I can do math when it comes to baseball standings.
There you go. So yeah, so it's going to really separate them
So, and that would be 2.5 games back
of just Sylvan Lake. Yeah.
of just Sylvan Lake, which
With only 2 games left.
plays into the Gulls' favor.
Yep, absolutely.
So, full count on Macris. Hopefully, we've confused the daylights out of everybody. As Reese Rudderman picks that one up in the lights and makes the grab on the pop-up from Aiden Macris. And Bryce Hampton stays over at first. Rudderman's had a busy night. Chasing balls down to the screen and throwing at runners and doing all sorts of things. It's been a busy night for him. So Michael Quick steps in and sends this up the middle, but Ten Shindo, who's got a lot of range, makes the grab over there.
Yeah, good catch by Ten Shindo. Not an easy catch. A little bit of a line drive right to him, and yeah, he steps to his left and makes a real good catch there. So ring up the catcher, Cam McLeod, who walked 3 times tonight and came around to score twice of those 3 walks. And he grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning, or second inning, I'm sorry.
I can't wait to go down and talk to Cam McLeod. I really want to know what that was all about. Inquiring minds want to know.
Don't forget, you got family to meet too out down there.
Oh, yeah. I always run out when they're signing autographs and catch them when they're not signing and just say, hey, you want to explain that one to me? And McLeod pops this up to second base. And Umezawa makes the grab over in shallow right field. And inning close, bottom of the 8th complete. We are into the 9th inning, folks. Gulls with a 9-4 lead. The Cactus Rats coming to bat.
Welcome back to Gulls Field. There's a winning ticket, D14205, the 50-50 winner of tonight's game. I don't know how much money it is. They announced it just a couple minutes ago, but I wasn't paying attention.
I think that's my ticket.
Yeah. How much?
$8,090.
Oh, $8,090. Wow. All right. So there you have it. $4,000. That'd be okay to go home with, hey? So this
it would be.
This brings up number 12, Reese Rudderman. 3 outs away, the Sylvan Lake Gulls are from win number 35 on the season. And we were just having a little discussion off mic, and we believe, as long as the math is correct and lines up properly, that Sylvan Lake Gulls win tonight, Lethbridge lose. That would technically clinch the Sylvan Lake Gulls in second place in home field advantage. Because even if they lose, and take a look at it here, because even if the Sylvan Lake Gulls lose their next two and Lethbridge wins their next two after losing tonight, yeah, they technically would be tied 35-21 record, but Sylvan Lake's got the tiebreaker.
They do.
So Sylvan Lake would be the second place team and would have home field advantage for sure. And so there you have it.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks,
putting
guys.
that up on the screen and making it clear as mud for us.
Yeah.
We did for the fans.
Yeah, pretty sure we just confused
Okay, folks.
everybody. Yeah.
Stay tuned until Monday, and we'll let you know for sure. And this is out into foul territory down the right field line.
Oh,
a long
yeah.
run there by Michael Quick. And that is a really good grab out there by Michael Quick in right field.
Is it ever? He tracks that down, and he comes a long way for it in foul territory, and a nice little dive there. What a catch.
So this young man on the mound is the affiliate player, Braxton Bussey, and he's look at this play. Anthony Gilbert bare hands it. And, oh no, that's not Anthony
That's
Gilbert.
An affiliate too.
That's the affiliate player there. I'm looking for, where have I got his name? I wrote his name down somewhere. Zane Liskey.
Yeah.
That was a good little play by the young man, playing third base. He's getting the gears from the guys on the bench, I'm sure. About, oh, you know, a faster guy would have got to that, and you know, stronger throw. Work on that arm, kid. You know, all sorts of compliments, right? So we're sitting here trying to figure out who our player of the game is going to be.
I think I know. Yep.
Okay, you go with it. You let them know then. Okay, I'm putting this on your plate. 0-1 the count here on Ten Shindo. As Umezawa with a base hit there. Here in the top of the ninth inning, Gulls with a 9-4 lead, trying to potentially sew up that second spot in the Western Conference of the WCBL, which means in the 2 out of 3 series, they have 2 home games.
Yeah, and that would be a home game starting next Wednesday night, most likely against the Lethbridge Bulls.
Yeah, Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday. And then they'd be in Lethbridge on Thursday, and if a third game is needed, it would come back to Gulls Field on Friday, August 8th.
There you go. Thank you for that update. And this is shot into right field by Ten Shindo, who just continues to impress with his defensive ability, but also with his ability to handle the bat. That's the base hit number 3 for him tonight. So the top of the order for the Cactus Rats, Umezawa and Shindo, have been on base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times tonight. And they've scored 2 runs. So they are kind of the meat and potatoes of this team right at the moment.
The double play is in play.
And that's fouled back by the pitcher, Timo Aracena.
Yeah.
Who's no longer pitching. There was another player in there pitching last inning, was he not? I think so. I don't know who it was. We were too busy trying to figure out all the mess that standings and plays on the ground.
Lots of things
and
going on.
throwing beach balls out the window. And, you know.
All the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. So
it's been a weird night.
It has been.
It's been kind of a weird one.
And it's only a half moon. Just wait till it's a full moon, folks.
Yikes.
This will get really, really crazy. 1-1 the count on Aracena. He's Two and one the count now.
Runners on the corner. And Lethbridge has just recently scored another run in the bottom of the 6th, so it's 9-6 now, Okotoks. Straight down the third baseline, and the throw.
Liskey with the
throw. Liskey's got an arm.
He's got it. Well done, young man. But a run does score, but he makes a really solid play down the third baseline. A strong throw by this young man on the run, and a bullet over to Cleary Simpson. That'll bring up Drew Abercrombie, who had a 2-run homer back in the 6th inning that brought the Energy City Cactus Rats to within 3. But the Gulls have responded with 3 of their own in the 7th inning and now have a 9-5 lead with 2 out here in the top of the 9th inning. And a base runner over at second in Ten Shindo. And the youngster from the Gulls prep team, he is still on the mound, left-hander, still going, and the bullpen's empty, so this is his to finish off. And he's got the full support of his bench as they're all in there watching. And he gets this to pop up to Jaden Flores, and that could seal the deal, and it does. As the Sylvan Lake Gulls post a 9-5 win over the Energy City Cactus Rats, and Braxton Bussey gets some good congratulations. There's Mickey McClaskey giving him the pat on the head right away. There you go. Good job by the young man. He had 2 really good, 3 good, or 2.5 good innings there.
Absolutely did. I mean, it's just good to see that the Sylvan Lake Gulls are getting these young guys in and showing that they can play baseball too and play in this league at the WCBL. And it's really exciting to kind of see what's to come for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, as we know there's a few players that are slowly making their way out of Sylvan Lake, going back to the States, going back to play university college ball. And, you know, you got these young guys coming up making big impacts in these games, and that's promising to see what could be down the line in the playoffs. So we'll hand things down to our in-game host, Jared Waldo, with our player of the game.
Number 44, Michael Quick. Michael, this is a great game on a great night. Just talk about how it felt out there.
Yeah, it felt good. Good team win. Everyone did their part. Good at bats up and down the lineup, and just playing for the team, you know.
You guys had a great game tonight. One more home game to close out the regular season, but tonight is Fan Appreciation Night. These great fans have stuck around all night, all season long. Your chance to play in front of this crowd here in Sylvan Lake. What's it been like for you being a Gull?
It's been awesome. Came halfway through the year, but couldn't be more happy. Decision to come, and fans make it that much more special. So.
And we've obviously seen some signs over here. Great billet. What's the billet support been like, and your home away from home?
It's been awesome. They do everything for us. Great food, great support. Couldn't have asked for a better billet family right there. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. Congrats on the win tonight, and good job. Your EG Auctions player of the game, Michael Quick.
Michael Quick, the EG Auctions player of the game, and thanks to this play, I mean, wow, that was incredible. What a way to end the night for Michael Quick. But he also had a good bat tonight. 3 for 5 at the plate. He had a double. He had 2 singles. No RBIs, but that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, he still contributed in big ways, and got the job done when the Gulls needed it to. So they're just getting things set up on the field. If you're wondering why is there a truck on the field, why is there a stand, well, they're doing, I think, a live auction and auction off some cool things. I saw Nathan Flewelling shirt down there, jersey on that table. So there's guitars, lots of good things for Fan Appreciation Night. And the fans got their appreciation not only in the salute by the players, but also in a huge win, which could stand to maybe keep things tied at, or control second place in the Western Division, I should say.
You know what? You can feel the tension as teams get to those positions where you as you just mentioned, you're closing things out. And I think, as you mentioned, the Gulls may have that second spot locked up.
It's all going to depend on Okotoks.
On Okotoks, yeah. And the Dogs can do them a favor, so.
They could. Well, the fate will be decided by Okotoks and see where the Gulls stand after tonight. But it was Fan Appreciation Night. Lots of things going on. Jim had a fancy water bottle. I was jealous just a little bit. And the Sylvan Lake Gulls, they had fun at the ballpark in front of a really good crowd here tonight. You had Mason Little come in, and he did some terrific work on the mound for the Gulls. Some really good base running, some iffy base running.